You're watching Fine and Dandy. Cheers.
Hi, my name's Cameron, and you need to check out the Fine and Dandy podcast.
You are now watching Fine and Dandy.
Watch the Fine and Dandy podcast. Good shit.
Hey, what's up? We're Soe, and you're watching Fine and Dandy.
Hey everyone, it's your boy Blacasso, and you're tuning in with Fine and Dandy.
You are now watching Fine and Dandy! Welcome back, you guys. Fine and Dandy podcast. We're here for another week. Just gonna be the three compadamigos.
Compadamigos.
Compadamigos. Something came out of it.
Okay.
Compad-
something that's
Compadres.
yeah,
Get it?
that's what you meant to say.
You get it? 'Cause no, but I was going for amigos, like three amigos. But
Okay.
I
The
just
three comigos. But I was going for
Stooges.
amigos.
There's a lot of threes. A lot of teams of three.
But I just
Musketeers.
realized that we are on a pod.
Musketeers.
Ooh.
So come pod. Great.
I didn't like that at all.
Come parade. What were you talking about?
Yeah, I don't
Compadres.
I didn't like the pause.
That pause made it a little sus.
The compadres.
The compadres.
Compadres. We're the homies.
You know, they have those at the Google offices, these little pods. Because they don't want you leaving work, yeah.
I think
so.
those are sleep pods.
Oh, is that what it's for?
Yeah, I think that's what
He
that's.
said, I don't know if a lot of sleeping gets
I'm
done in
just
Arabic.
kidding,
No,
yeah,
yeah, no. It
Maybe
is weird
after.
how they have those like things there, and it's kind of meant to be like this work-friendly environment thing, where it's like, no, yeah, if you get tired at work, you can take a nap. But what boss would find their employee taking a fucking nap on the clock in
bet
these
all of
sleep
them.
pods and be like, no, he deserves this.
It's because they don't want them leaving home, and they have to work so much.
That's more
that
so.
they
It's
make
more.
they make the office more enjoyable, because in reality it's like you live here,
Right.
you know what I mean?
It's actually more fucked up than what you're thinking. It's more so like
and I'm
more
pretty sure
sinister.
that really is the situation. Like, I'm pretty sure that
Yeah,
I mean,
Isn't it weird how like this, not to like completely take this into a topic, but isn't it weird how like the idea of home has kind of changed over the years, where it used to be like this like goal to have like a house with like family and kids and things like that for a society.
but now home is where the heart is.
Now home is like where you put your fucking head to rest before you go back to work.
yeah, you freaking slave. Get at it.
I mean, dude,
Like,
not that deep, but but yeah, I mean, it's weird how
Kind
like
of.
things have kind of changed in that like regard, and people and how people view their home type shit.
yeah, well, and I feel like there's a lot more people, doing the whole, mobile home thing. With like, we're gonna travel. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna work on my computer.
And there's also just
travel.
remote work where it sounds like, for me, it does sound good, but I feel like in theory it's like you're working at your so it's like you're just at work.
all the time.
Yeah, you're like, fuck, I wake up, I'm at
Yeah.
work. Like
It just gives you this psychological thing where you actually just start hating where your house. 'Cause you're
you're like, I need to go do
just
something.
relate it to work all the time.
Yeah.
I don't want to go home. I don't want to be there.
Actually, where you hear a
I
phone
can't
ring,
escape.
you're like,
Look,
Yeah,
it-
no.
it-
It's
Oh my
like
God.
it's like that's good for like the first day where you get to make that joke like, I can't wait to get home. Oh wait, I'm already here. And then after that it's just pure hell.
Yeah, I can't wait to get home after work. Oh man,
it's like the 100th day,
yeah.
you're just sitting there like,
I'm alone.
Yeah. you don't even have that decompression of driving home from work.
Right.
You're like, I guess I'll walk to bed now.
I guess I'll punch my drywall. Like,
Yeah, right.
fuck, I don't know what to do.
that's when you become the guy with puppets. You're like, those are your coworkers. Like, hey, how was lunch today? You're like, in lunch break.
Crazy dude.
You're just like talking with the puppets during lunch. You're like, oh, hey. You fucking Josh walks in. He's like, you okay?
Yeah, Sal made turkey.
Yeah. My coworkers are so crazy. Yeah, meet them. And
You'll
you're
never
like,
believe what
it's
they
so
said last
zany.
week.
Oh, Todd's wild. He's the crazy one.
I don't know. If I saw Josh doing that, I might I'd be like, as long as he's happy.
Be like, all
Alright.
right, the drugs have gotten to him.
He's in a psychosis now. The weed's definitely.
It's happened, folks.
It's got to his
The
brain.
day we all knew that was coming. It's upon us.
He's lost his mind.
I like
Happened
mini
before,
wheats.
it'll happen again. What?
I don't know. I just thought about it. I know this is sorry, but
Mini wheats?
I was thinking
like the
about it.
cereal?
Yeah.
I don't really eat cereal.
I'm not a big fan of them, honestly.
The
I hate-
frosted ones
I
go
hate
crazy.
the grains, like
Oh, I
part
love
of
it.
You don't. I could eat them dry. Like
It-
you know
well,
what I
no,
mean?
no,
Like
not that,
Wheaties,
like,
also like the.
I
you know,
guess
like
I
the
should
crackers.
specify. I hate whenever milk gets them soggy, and then you have to still eat them.
I don't. I can't eat cereal with milk in it. I can only eat cereal dry.
All right,
I
hot
don't
dog.
like. I don't like it.
Hot
I don't
dog.
like it
We've
when
landed on a
anything
hot
gets
button
soggy
topic.
like that. I don't like when anything gets soggy like that. It's gross.
I'm with you.
I
but
can't eat it. I can't eat just cereal milk.
just
It's
can't do
I
it.
just-
I
there-
also cannot eat oatmeal. I mean, it
I'm with you on that
absolutely
one.
repulses
Okay,
me.
what
with
if
you
it's
there,
almond milk
buddy.
since it's not technically milk?
You shut the fuck up.
That-
Makes it worse.
I mean, that just made me mad hearing you say that.
So for the holidays, for Christmas, or whatever,
Did
I
you
was
get mini wheats for Christmas?
No, it was. I was visiting
Be sad.
I was like,
some
holy
people,
shit.
and then one of them was like really for some reason stuck on the point of like almond milk and oat milk aren't milk. I was like, all right, and they're like no, I'm more of a juice if you think about it. I was
Does it
like,
have to have an udder for it to be considered milk?
that's how they felt. They're
I
like,
mean,
it's not even really
probably.
like it's not even really milk. I'm like, I don't think it really like who's that?
Have you ever had it? Have they ever had it?
Yeah, I think so.
It's fucking delicious.
But I love all the other alternative milk.
I
Other than I don't
really
like
drink real
skim milk,
Milk,
or
not because I
soy.
have a problem with it. It's just now that I've had other milks, like I don't know, regular milk just kind of. I don't know. I don't really
Not as
like
good.
It. Yeah, I just don't really like
Not
it
as
that much.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, chocolate milk is one thing, but
Yeah.
like,
Regular, just like 2% or whole milk. I don't know who drinks one. I don't know anyone who drinks 1%. That shit's.
I mean, what are we doing?
I think
here?
I grew up drinking 1%.
I grew up
pretty
drinking
sure.
2% for sure.
I
My
drank
mom was
either
like,
2%
my
or
mom
whole
was like
milk.
a health. My mom was like a health nut though. So maybe
Isn't
that-
it
that
funny
might have
how
been
like we trick ourselves into thinking that it's actually doing something?
2% less fat.
it? Yeah.
It would have been funnier if they just kept going. Like 4%. 6% less fat in your
You'll
milk.
never believe it. We're up to 10%, folks.
I think
Get it all
McDonald's should
supplies
have to
last.
like take off like the calorie count shouldn't be a thing. It should be how much saturated or trans fat is in this burger.
Why it's got to be
Like-
trans, bro? That's not
Like-
cool.
You know why I stopped drinking milk though? It wasn't even because of like health reasons. Well, kind of. It was just like when I was seeing like the videos, like there's a percentage of pus that's allowed in your milk.
Yeah.
Like the FDA can approve a certain amount of
Yes.
pus from the udder because they over milk the cows so much that like they get swollen and there's like an amount that gets into the milk. The majority of the milk has pus from the cow's udders.
Yeah. So now I'm probably never gonna drink it again.
Yeah, dude, that's why I
So
don't.
You just kind of ruined it.
Yeah.
I really don't like. I literally only will like. I don't like. I'll pretty much only drink oat milk or almond milk.
You ruined cookies for me. That's what you gave me for Christmas. Was the destruction of my enjoyment of cookies with milk.
Pretty sick
Cheese.
gift, if you ask me.
You could dip a cookie in cheese?
Yeah, wait, what the fuck?
I was just saying like cheese has dairy, like not that you would should dip cookies.
I don't know,
Who
cheese
knows?
doesn't
It could
really
be
Not
look-
gonna lie, that's where I thought you were going with that too. He's like, "Well, what? You just ruined cookies for me. What am I supposed to dip cookies in?" You're like, "Cheese." Hey, yo, you
Dude,
going somewhere
queso.
with this?
Queso, dude.
with that whipped cheese, like the canned cheese on the cookies.
Oh,
Honestly,
well, what is that called? Cheese whiz? What is it?
yeah, I'm not like
Yeah.
I'm judging the people who eat cheese whiz. That's the one thing I will judge. Okay, well to a degree.
I mean,
so-
I ate it when I was a kid.
yeah, it's fucking disgusting. But
Yeah.
like, my point being is like, I did used to eat the little it was like the sticks with the cheese.
The same, damn near the same shit.
I know.
Gotta
That's
be.
why I'm
Yeah.
like, it is.
Probably neither of
probably
them are
worse.
actually cheese.
Oh no. Oh no. I mean, that shit doesn't. It's not refrigerated. I don't know if you've ever bought the little like pretzels, the dipping cheese on a little breadsticks. It's in an aisle.
It's in a plastic.
Yeah, it's
fucking
not.
It's not even being cooled.
It's not
It's not even
refrigerated.
chilled. Yeah,
Yeah, that's not cheese. I mean, canned cheese. It's
It's
definitely.
also another thing is it's like not like hard or anything. That shit's probably been fucking weeks, if not months, since it was packaged at the fucking facility.
First of all, if I
that
shake
shit's
it,
fucking liquidy as
Yeah.
soon as you open it.
It never goes
motherfucker.
bad. It's like
Yeah.
a Twinkie.
Yep.
You could just leave it there and it'll never change.
Why did it?
I hate Twinkies, bro.
Oh, I do too. I've never liked them.
yeah, dude.
Have
they're
you
just-
had
Even as a
fried
kid.
Twinkies before?
Dude, that's just disgusting.
Yeah.
I mean,
But where I'm at is like if you have to shake something, you're
I don't think you have it.
for your
Yeah.
cheese from the fucking.
so we can safely assume you don't like Cool Whip either.
I like whipped cream, but I don't like the scoop Cool Whip for some reason. I don't know what it is.
I'll eat the
It's
scoop
same
Cool
shit,
Whip,
but it just looks
I'll
weird.
eat this. Honestly, canned whipped cream I could fuck with.
Okay.
Straight in the mouth.
All right.
But that's
Yeah, yeah,
also.
right, yeah.
But I would prefer like fresh whipped cream. Not gonna. I don't want like. But like canned whipped cream's a little bit different than canned cheese.
Would
I
you
feel like.
prefer it to whip it yourself?
Yeah, dude.
I think
I mean,
ketchup is
that's
really
the only way
nasty.
you get it.
That what?
If you want it
I
fresh.
don't like ketchup. It's disgusting.
You know, ketchup originated from mushrooms.
what?
What?
Oh yeah, you
This
told me
is
about
one of
that.
those
That's
things. You
disgusting.
guys got to check
I
this
can
out.
I can look Google this.
What? Wait, why?
It was like a mushroom ketchup, but then like there was the alternative which was made a little bit sweeter with like vinegar and shit. With tomatoes.
Ketchup.
Yeah, and it was a little bit sweeter. I forgot there was a certain reason that it caught on at that time, but it was like
So like it was ketchup that didn't have tomato. It was a mushroom.
yeah, it was no tomato,
Oh, that's kind of crazy.
It was
That
a
would probably be
mushroom.
pretty good,
mushroom based.
actually. That would-
Some people say it's better.
I would imagine probably. And it's like, I love mustard, but I mean, I'm talking about like Heinz condiments or freaking.
Originally,
creepy.
ketchup in the United Kingdom was prepared with mushrooms as a primary ingredient instead of tomato. The main
Whoa.
ingredient in contemporary preparations of ketchup. Historical preparations involves packing whole mushrooms into containers with salt. Interesting.
Mushroom paste, basically.
1600s and 1700s made from fish, oysters, mushrooms, and or walnuts.
Do they still sell it? Can you get it?
Ooh.
That's the real question.
I think once like Heinz capitalized on the tomato ketchup, I think it's kind of
Heinz just has mushroom ketchup in a bottle. It's just a brown bottle.
that was
It's like
probably not.
grayish brown.
I mean, you remember when they used to do? They used to have those. You remember when it was like all the different? They had like the purple.
Yeah, I remember that.
The
I don't-
blue
it
and the
should-
gray.
It shouldn't look like that. It should not be allowed
Distinguished
to.
recipe from
No way, I'm getting this on my way home.
Watkins mushroom ketchup.
I'm getting this on my way home.
Buy it on Amazon. Should we buy it?
Have ketchup delivered.
Right.
Let us all know what
I'm not
you're
gonna
on the
put
camera.
it out right now, dude.
That's pretty crazy though. That's probably delicious. That's
Yeah.
probably freaking delicious. Is that basically just barbecue sauce?
I don't know. That's kind of what I'm
It's-
thinking.
I feel like it. Like the way I saw
gotta
it
be
The
prepared.
flavor is
It's gotta be
probably
sweet.
similar to barbecue
More
sauce. right?
herbaceous, I think, because that's
Really?
that's the thing about the tomato ketchup. It's because they use more. They use so much more sugar in the tomato ketchup.
Oh yeah,
Right.
it's disgusting. That's why I don't.
I love. I don't love. I like ketchup, but I
says-
also kind of. I used to
just
like it on
gross.
burgers. I kind of hate it on
It
burgers.
says great
now.
for steaks and chops. It actually does sound good. Instead of like a
Oh,
mushroom
yeah.
like topping, you use some
Oh, yeah.
mushroom like sauce or.
So yeah,
something.
okay. On steaks, it's basically like it's like
Yeah.
barbecue sauce.
Okay.
Probably. I would
But, like,
imagine
more
the
of a-
flavor is probably similar. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
It wouldn't be as smoky. I don't think.
No, that would probably be like a
That's
main
fair,
difference.
yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy. We used to make barbecue sauce in culinary. We would always we would make like
I
giant
forget
things
that
of
you were in
freaking.
culinary.
You were in
all
Oh,
the
I
it's
feel
fun.
like
It
you
was
told you
so
told us
fun.
that, huh?
Yeah, it was so fun. But
Can I get
all
one
the
of these
barbecue
brews?
sauce started
Yes.
with ketchup.
bottom? Oh, sick, yeah.
So we had to make
yeah.
real ketchup totally from scratch, and then we turned that into barbecue sauce. You know what I'm saying?
Cheers, boys.
I don't remember what was added to the ketchup to make the barbecue sauce, but it was definitely like I don't know. I can't remember what it was. I think it was like Worcestershire sauce maybe.
You
I
ever
don't
miss like
remember.
culinary school? I feel like culinary school is just like hard because, like, if you want to make anything of yourself, you dedicating your entire life.
Well, so when you go to college for culinary, you don't have to like. You're not necessarily going to be a chef. Like you can go to business school at a culinary school. You know what I mean? You can get other degrees there. Like
You went for food.
I didn't go to college. I did it like throughout all of high school. So there was like levels, and then it was like culinary 1, 2, and 3, and then 3 is when you do competitions.
You're like
Everything.
Michael Cera and Jonah Hill.
Yes. No. There's home ec and then there's culinary.
I was like,
It's
what?
different, dude. Different.
Dude, yeah, we're not just baking cakes.
Y'all
dude.
remember when fucking that girl got fired from Cane's and then released the recipe for their sauce on Twitter? Y'all remember that shit?
Yeah.
It was
No,
like the
I-
fucking ingredients and then like a thread of like how to make it and everything type shit. It's like, here you guys go. Fuck that company.
Wait, so you can make it at home now?
I mean, yeah, it's like 4
Is
ingredients.
it? Yeah. It's easy to make, isn't it? Yeah. Somebody, I think somebody else told me like
Thousand Island, maybe.
Thousand. I don't know. I can look it up. Let's find out.
I do love some Worcestershire sauce. I'm not gonna lie.
I like so much. I don't know, with steaks, I think it's just been ingrained in me from working in so many different restaurants. I usually don't get sauce.
Oh, on steak? No, I don't put anything on steak.
Nah, I just eat it.
I don't do that. Maybe
You know,
like the scoop of butter
Al-
thing. Like I guess
also,
maybe
because I
on that.
learned in like a lot of other countries, asking for sauce is a disrespectful.
Well, yeah, as a chef, if somebody asks for sauce for your steak, it's an insult because it's like, well, you don't think I make a good enough steak. Like you have to have that on it. Like you know what I mean? You don't trust that it's good. Or
Oh,
you
shit,
don't
it was,
like it.
It was
you
from
know?
Austin. Fuck yeah.
What was?
Half a cup of mayonnaise, a quarter cup of ketchup, half a cup of half a teaspoon, sorry, garlic, salt, a quarter teaspoon Worcestershire sauce, and a quarter teaspoon black pepper to taste. And then she put the instruction underneath that. This is just an article about it. But this was from
Where the
2015.
article includes
Fired
everything that
or
she
anything.
said. They're like, never do this. This is exactly what you're not supposed to do, step by step. Just advertises it more, basically. That's
Right.
hilarious. Did she get in trouble?
I mean, she was fired from the company.
Was she-
Well,
yeah,
you mean
but, like-
you mean like legal trouble?
Yeah.
That's fine.
I mean, it's not a secret if it's a fast food place and you make it in house. Like how many? Every
I mean,
employee knows how
Did
to
they
make
get
it.
you to sign an NDA or something?
No,
like,
there's no
you know?
way. There's no way.
Ooh, but it didn't stop there. Raising Cane's
Uh-oh.
released a tweet 2 days later on September 18th saying that only their restaurant general managers are told the secret recipe. So this is a fraud. But isn't that like a cover like scam, you know?
Yeah, that sounds like a cover.
it sounds like a
I think
cover
they're
type of
trying
thing.
to keep it like a psychological thing of like you'll still go get it. No, it's you know what I mean. They probably taste the exact same there, but they're like, you know, you taste that difference. They're like, oh, I do.
Yeah, only the
Yeah.
GMs, only the GMs know.
Of Raising Cane's.
It doesn't say anything like as far as like if anything happened to her type shit.
Make that shit in house. Pretty sure. Like they have someone probably making it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, the GM makes it every time. I don't know. I've worked at a restaurant.
I mean, it's got to be like how we made ranch at fucking Geo's.
That's
you
what
know?
I'm
It's like,
saying,
This
yeah.
is what you put in there. I mean, don't fuck it up.
y'all had to make the ranch.
Yeah.
What was it? It was like mayo and
Buttermilk, mayo, ranch seasoning, and is that it?
It.
That was it.
Just buttermilk, like the buttermilk. Yeah, that's it. Just buttermilk.
and just like black pepper.
No,
Oh,
ranch seasoning.
ranch seasoning.
Ranch seasoning, buttermilk, and mayo.
What is
Just
ranch
like
seasoning?
Hidden Valley Ranch seasoning. Or I don't know
What
if
does
it was
that
Hidden
mean?
Valley,
though?
but
What,
like
what is the seasoning? What is it?
I
No, I mean
Hey,
like not the
Hey,
exact word. but I
Jamie,
mean, like,
Google this shit. Fucking Google it.
ranch seasoning.
like it's dry when you get it, right? Like it's like
Yeah.
powder.
Seasoning is
It's a
powder.
powder,
It's
yeah.
powder, and you pour. Oh, okay.
1 tub of mayo. 2 half gallons of buttermilk.
It was like one
Bro.
of these.
If you think about it, ranch is
It was
so
like one
bad
of
for
these,
you.
Like packets.
Oh,
So,
okay.
like, you would take one of the. Was it 1 packet or 2 packets? Oh,
2
it's
packets
2 packets, 2 buttermilks, and then
of mayo.
1
tub of
big ass tub of
This
mayo.
has quickly become a
And that-
cooking lesson.
And that shit would make like a fat ass tub of ranch. Like I'm talking about ranch for the whole day at a pizza
So if you
place.
want to make ranch at home, there you go.
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
if
you don't
wanna
need
go
that.
buy
No
all
one
shit.
needs that much
yeah,
ranch.
nobody needs that much.
How
ranch.
do you know?
I
How do you
I
know?
would advise you not to make that much.
Maybe
ranch
some
for
people eat a
just
lot of
yourself.
wings.
Dude, you know how much
They eat a
ranch we
lot of
spilled, bro?
wings.
Bro, we used to
We
spill
spilled
all the
so
ranch.
much ranch just
y'all are
on the
like,
floor.
Oh, dang.
You know, like, because sometimes you would be holding it and it would fall and then just be.
Bro, I got taught a physics lesson by a bus boy on
Oh?
about ranch. Basically, it was the idea that like when you're pouring something, the higher you get away from, farther you
Oh,
get
that's
away from it,
classic
the, like
though,
the
yeah.
like the smaller the stream goes, how
Yeah, yeah.
easier it is to get into
Yeah.
like the other tub. I was like, this is incredible. I'm learning more physics in this than I ever learned in college.
Did you take physics in
I
college?
took physics in college.
Nice.
I got I took physics 3 times in college because I went to 3 different schools.
Yeah, that's like that's
And
some real
my
learning.
credits didn't transfer type shit. And I got a B at U of H in physics, and then A's at the community colleges I went to.
Dang, that's crazy.
I love math and science, honestly. I mean,
I hate math. I love
hate
science,
math
but-
and science, but I love math and science.
I hate math. I
It-
never found
I
it
don't-
fun
it
or
doesn't-
entertaining, like ever.
Yeah.
It was just always like tedious, and I was just like, I'm not.
It's
enjoying
not
this at all.
But
entertaining or
science
fun.
is math, though.
Like when
They
I got the good
coincide.
problem, like when I got the problem right, you know, if it was like a really hard problem, like there was absolutely zero serotonin going in my brain. Like I was just like, all right, done.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's kind of what
Yeah,
it is
I
for
did
me
not
for
feel
math.
good.
I got into science though. Like I liked chemistry, I liked physics, I liked all that shit. So I mean,
Hey, you want to switch it up there, bud?
no, I don't. I want people to look at this beautiful island while we're talking.
I want
My
you
bad.
to just put him to sleep. No, I want you to
Yeah, like
imagine
everyone's watching. Like, are they? Is he gonna? What's going on? Is looking up something else?
sleep ASMR.
Yeah, my bad, guys. But fuck, I lost my train of thought. No, so I really did enjoy like my science shit in college and kind of in high school. Not really in high school. I didn't pay attention in high school. But math was always one of those things where it was like I didn't enjoy it and I wasn't excited by it, but it just came easy to me type shit. So
Oh,
like,
yeah,
so
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like I was exactly like that, but just like I wasn't getting any serotonin. I was like, oh yeah, I mean, can I leave?
Yeah, it's crazy that there's just mathematicians out there just really getting the rocks off from solving math problems.
Hey man, fucking King of the Nerd or King. What is that movie? Not
Revenge
King
of the Nerds.
Revenge of the Nerds. Sorry,
I've
That's
never
what I was
seen that
thinking.
actually.
Oh, dude, it's great.
It's a good one.
It's a good,
Is
it's
it
a
like one of
good
those
classic.
goofy like?
I think
like
it's
horror?
an '80s movie.
I'm thinking
like,
like
Oh, okay.
like Van Wilder style of movie, but like probably a little bit better writing.
So basically, it's like the classic, like getting the girl, like not getting the girl, but like the dudes who like are trying to get the girls, but
Mhm.
make it nerdy.
Okay.
They're all a bunch of nerds who care about school, but like they end up kind of cool.
Yeah.
They start their own fraternity type of thing.
Ooh, wholesome.
It actually is a really
Really
I liked
wholesome.
It. Original Nerds was pretty.
Is it a comedy technically? Probably.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
comedy movie, I believe.
You know, I was thinking about it.
It was a series.
what? There was
how
like
many
3 of
was-
them, right?
There was 3.
Yeah, I think there was like 3 of them. Maybe
Oh, there was 4.
4. Okay,
You guys ever seen zombie strippers?
it's bad.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty terrible. I was just
Yeah, it's terrible.
I
Like
just
pot
wanted to say.
zombies. I think I've talked about it a lot on here.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's really bad.
Pot zombie. Revenge of the Killer Bong.
I
Yeah,
don't
that
want.
sounds fucking hilarious.
I didn't watch that one, but I saw the poster and I just scrolled right past it.
I know what you're doing here, buddy.
Oh
Had to-
no,
Had to get to the.
that's no good.
Garfield is just not really being supportive these days.
Arf.
You got the paper towels? Oh yeah, right there. All right, so this is just seeping into my laptop as we speak, just deteriorating. Be some right there. Right here. Look at the tins. Yep. Did it. All right.
This is seeping into my laptop like I did it.
Oh no, you made a movement. I feel like
I
it was
did nothing, asshole. You fucking
made a sudden
I
move.
blame Garfield. He didn't. He just didn't have your back on
He
that one.
did not.
He really didn't.
He didn't even have his back, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
This is what you get when you have low budget podcast studio right here, dude.
Honestly, Care of the Soul looks like it's doing more support than Garfield is.
Yeah, dude.
I'm gonna
Thomas
be-
More.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I was.
I'd put that like almost anywhere else. Just like a fucking paper towel roll in the middle of the shot.
That would be funny though. Thinking about it, I was like, how movies, like a lot of people, I feel like review movies constantly, but I think that's just like movies impact like you as a person. I think like if you watch movies growing up, culturally, I those things.
Oh yeah,
Very
for
much.
sure.
So I've been like watching more movies recently. So I used to watch a lot of movies growing up,
Mhm.
but I stopped for a long period of time because a lot of the movies I felt like coming
Terrible.
out were not good.
Terrible.
But I recently just watched Everything Everywhere All at Once. I
Good
watched
one.
Good one.
I watched X, and then I watched
I haven't seen it.
what was
Might
it?
be good.
Oh, and then
Not
I
gonna
watched
shit on it.
Asteroid City.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You
X
gotta-
was really good. I need to watch the prequel, which is Pearl, and then pretty solid horror movie overall. Got that 80s feel
Which
to
one?
it. X.
Oh, okay.
Got the
Oh, yeah, yeah,
very
yeah.
80s
Yeah, yeah, that's
feel
right.
to it. Asteroid City is by Wes Anderson.
Mhm.
He's the director or producer.
Oh yeah. I know what it is. Yeah. I
Honestly,
saw the trailer for it.
it's a movie you gotta watch a couple times. But honestly, it's either you're gonna love it or you're gonna hate it.
I mean, I like a lot of his movies.
It's just it's a think piece.
Okay.
It's like at the end of it, it really you have to
A
sit there.
think piece.
Yeah, you gotta sit there and think about it, kind of.
Have you ever seen?
Not think piece in the way that's like it's so much depth, but like it gets you thinking about like in art, like in like how art should do. You know, like you look at like at a painting and it's like you could see it this way, but someone else could see it completely different.
I feel like that might have been when it came out how Edward Scissorhands was.
I don't know, dude.
You know what I mean? Like when it. Well, I mean, think about it. It was different when it came out. You look at it differently now because it was old when we
I
we
loved
saw
that
it,
movie.
You know
That was
what I
one of my
love that
favorite
movie
movies.
so much. But have you ever seen Under the Silver Lake?
No.
Okay, it's Andrew Garfield's the main guy. I don't know who made it, but holy crap, that movie blew my mind. It was so good. So anybody listening should definitely go watch that movie.
Yeah.
Because I do think it kind of went unnoticed, which was totally
Under the
not,
Silver Lake.
yeah, which is totally not fair because man, it was a good movie.
Good. I have to
yeah.
give it a shot.
But it's one of those things where like you don't even know what it's about. Like you're watching it and it keeps changing, but they're doing it on purpose, and it's just weird.
So I started rewatching clips of. Nice. I started rewatching clips of SLC Punk again. It just, I don't know, like that movie hit a lot of. I think it hit a lot of notes for people then during that time period, especially like the punk scene.
Mm-hmm.
But it still hits a lot of notes for me now, just in the sense of a kid. It was a lot of suburban kids in that movie, actually. It was
Yeah, I
who
mean,
grew up well, you know,
mm-hmm.
endowed families, and basically just you not wanting to become them, and then fighting that system,
and then it
the
happens
system.
anyway.
But then and then you see like kind of like the other side of things, and you're like
there's a reason that people lived with, you know.
yeah,
You
and
start
just
to see the shadow side of it, you know, like
what you're fighting for, you know what I mean? But like it's not always an easy fight, or it's not always a black and white. But then you end up becoming the thing that you never wanted to be because you realize that life is what it is.
No, that's man. I think who was it? My older brother showed me that when I was young, and I was like, and I mean, holy crap! We had it on a DVD. I used to just watch it all the time. I'm like, I'll put it in, watch it 2 days later, watch it again.
You seen it, Josh?
What movie?
SLC Punk. We should watch it together. It's Matthew Lillard. Also, one of the other main characters. He's the main character of Final Destination. He was in Idle Hand, the one we watched. He was the guy that got his hand cut off.
Yeah. I'm trying to look at the trailer right now to see if I recognize it.
So many. Did you see the second one?
I don't want to.
Punk's dead.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to. I mean,
Yep.
honestly, anything Machine Gun Kelly touches,
Oh, is he in that?
like the main character.
Oh, is that him?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, I guess he just looked really different.
Machine Gun Kelly,
Yeah, at the time.
like the main character in the number 2.
I don't know if we can show this, so I'm just gonna.
Yeah, probably
would.
not. Yeah, probably not.
I don't think I've seen this honestly. No.
Yeah, that's a must watch for sure.
Watch it
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely
Okay.
a must watch for sure.
Yeah. No, I definitely haven't seen this. Honestly, I'm really bad about like thinking I haven't seen a movie until I see the trailer. I'm like, I've seen this.
Yeah. I know,
I'm really
yeah.
bad about that, but this is one I actually haven't seen.
I'm
for
the
sure.
same way because I don't remember like I'm also bad with names of people, but like it's like no, you know them. You know, I'm like no, I don't.
Right.
I don't know who you're talking. Then I just one quick look at the face. I'm like, oh yeah, I know. That.
Oh, Tyler.
I do the same thing with
my
movies
guy.
too, where it's like they're talking about the movie, go through the whole storyline, the name of the movie, and I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And then one quick image of it, I'm like, oh yeah, that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like the punk scene and just like the idea of like partying and kind of like questioning. It's honestly in my opinion, one of the best coming of age stories that
Really?
just questioning who you are, like questioning the world around you. Like, cause the main character is actually really smart.
Mm-hmm.
Like he has like a really good ability to like talk with people. Like he's actually good at thinking. Like in school, even like there's a scene where he's talking about like dad's talking like spoiler here, but he's
Yeah,
like
what
you
the fuck?
graduated. Like, it's not a big spoiler.
Yeah, you graduated. Now
No.
what's next?
Like,
Yeah,
are we
it-
watching this movie or not?
His dad's like, you graduated, good job. He's like, I cheated to get through. He's like, well, you cared enough to cheat. Why'd you care about?
Yeah, exactly. He cared
Did he-
enough to even cheat over it.
Yeah, you wanted to get for good grades for what?
Right.
Like, why'd you care? You cared enough to get good grades because you somewhat saw a future, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you didn't see a future in anything, you wouldn't even care.
Yeah, you wouldn't even try.
Yeah,
Right.
You
Wouldn't
wouldn't
at
be
all.
doing the things that you're doing if you meant the things that you're saying.
They got some cameos in that movie. Some other pretty big actors too. Pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah, definitely we'll check that out.
But yeah, like that's a cool premise. It's like the the kid who is smart in his world, kind of in his own way, trying to figure it out, being young, and understanding that the world is shit, and like you not wanting to become what your parents are, but inevitably understanding what the world is, kind of becoming that.
Well, and the irony of trying so hard to not try. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? Like that was a big. That's like a deal in it too.
Oh,
I
like
would
doing
say.
all the or
Yeah,
makeup, all the like the
that-
fits and the
and
hair.
just like caring so much about it, about not caring. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And that was another thing, like him like being so passionate about it and explaining like the roots of it all, and like him diving into it. It's like,
oh yeah.
Well, now I've watched the movie. I've
No, there's so much. There's
No, I'm
so
kidding.
much in that movie. There's so
but
much
definitely
going on.
gonna have to give that a watch. I feel like we always get into movies.
Just make it a movie.
that was my
podcast.
original point, though. I was thinking about it. I was like, I know what people, just in general, a lot of people talk about movies because of the cultural impact.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
And a
definitely.
lot of it's easy to talk about movies, but it's also like I was like, man, we do talk about movies a lot, but I haven't watched a lot. And rewatching some, I was like, damn, they really do hit. Like
Yeah.
they hit a certain film in general just hits a certain point, or a certain like aspect of humanity. I think
Mhm.
like the art of it all.
But
It's just like a book,
And I
reading a
think
good
that's-
book.
I think that's why a lot of the movies suck now, because I really just don't think that's what they're trying to do.
No,
Right.
I think they're really just straight up
The
trying to
motivation is
sell
shifted.
tickets,
Yeah.
or not even tickets, sell streaming
Toys.
services. Essentially, at this point, right? I guess because a
That toys,
lot of people stopped going to the movie theater, which is crazy because
merch.
that's like my favorite thing to do is go to the movie theater and watch a movie.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, if it's a good movie, that's cool too. That makes it even better. But I don't even care if it's a good movie. I like the
Right.
experience of it.
Like the activity of it all.
Yeah, we went and watched a re-showing of the original Star Wars, and it was awesome. I
Yeah.
was like, walked out of there. I was like, man, I never thought I'd see that in the movie theater in my life.
Dude,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
fuck
and then
yeah.
it was so good.
I don't know. I think I do remember having this conversation kind of like during COVID and also like a little bit after COVID about like how if we were ever really going to get back to what that was, where like that feeling of going to the movie theaters and getting to like together and for something that yes you probably could do at home or you probably could do in an isolated like space like COVID type shit. But I always would attribute that to the same idea of like do you remember what was it, the fucking stream raves that they would do, like
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you would get together with your friends like at the house or
live
whatever,
streams. Yeah, would be like
and then they would do like live sets on stream type shit.
Oh, for COVID?
During
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah, and the rapper did that. He covered the Nirvana songs.
Yeah. But what my point on that was is that like during that it had to at least feel like a little bit like, well, if there's people finding success in this, are we ever gonna get back to live shows
Yeah,
again?
exact-
In
yeah,
the
yeah,
same
yeah.
way that like, well, if people are finding success on HBO Max instead of going like letting their movie run through the theater run and
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like
no,
that.
yeah. Now they
Then are we
show it-
ever gonna actually have theaters? Because I mean, these producers, like a portion of what they spend on the film is the film itself. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
getting these films to all of these theaters across America or the world for that matter, and like that could all be taken like out of the window. You know what I mean? Like if you just have it as a digital version that can be uploaded into any streaming site and viewed on any platform across America or across the planet, like why would you spend all that money on film?
Well, a lot
At
of
that
it-
point, it's purely for the experience of the activity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of them they'll show, even it's a movie that is coming out made by the streaming service. You know, like you know, I mean, I don't know if Netflix
Like the
has done it,
Amazon
but
originals.
like yeah, but they'll come out for like a day in theater.
Mhm.
You know what I mean, for like a limited time and stuff like that. And I guess it's like kind of cool, but I think they just make so much money from just the subscriptions. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That I mean, when like how much is a movie theater ticket?
Right.
And that money doesn't go to the theater. That money, like the money that goes to the theater, is the popcorn you're buying and all that stuff.
Well, and
But
then
the ticket sales go to the movie, right? Like that pays for the movie, and it's not that much. It's like, you know what I mean? Like a
and
movie
then
ticket's
instead of
not-
the movie theaters getting cheaper, what all the streaming sites had to do was just like, well, I mean, a movie ticket's like $10. So like you in a date, that's like $20 right there.
Yeah.
Plus tax. You might as well pay $24.99 for this film today.
Yeah.
If you want to rent it.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, you're gonna spend that on a night out. You might as well give us the money and stay in. Why
Yeah,
not?
We were talking about that earlier, right?
What?
People not going out.
Yeah. I know for sure though. Like me and Shelby were talking about it recently too. It's like we'd rather just buy the DVD at this point. We're tired of like looking up a movie and it not even being on the streaming services or being on the net.
Oh yeah, yeah, but they don't hardly sell any anymore. Like I mean, you know, they used to
DVDs?
have so many movies at stores. Like they still do, but it's definitely less than they used to.
Yeah.
Like you go to Walmart, they still have a fair amount.
I think
Yeah,
the
Best
section
Buy.
is
Oh my
small.
god, Best Buy used to have like all movies.
The section is definitely smaller,
Smaller.
whereas it used to be like a whole aisle. Now it's probably
Yeah.
like one end rack.
But I'd rather have a physical copy, and it's like I have that movie, and if I ever want to fucking watch that movie, I don't have to be like, what? Oh, I don't have Paramount Plus. I got to get Max. I don't have Max. I guess I got to get Netflix. Oh,
yeah, I know.
fuck,
Yeah,
don't-
no joke. Yeah.
To find the one movie I want to fucking watch, let me just buy the fucking movie, and then I have it. And then when you have a DVD collection, it's like, yeah, it might be more money short term, but
Yeah.
long
Yeah.
term, you have all the movies you want to fucking see.
And eventually, some of these movies, like some of the older movies, they get pulled from services. So, like Disney doesn't have a lot of the movies they've actually made on Disney.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Like a
'cause
lot of
Disney
Pixar,
owns,
DreamWorks.
Yeah, but Disney owned like while we were growing up
Sony.
and like and then the 90s and 2000s
Not
stuff.
Sony.
The Disney owned other production companies too. Like I can't remember what one of them is called, but it's like that blue circle with the slash through it. But that was a Disney company, and so you know that's a way for them to make actual movies. You know, action movies, rated R movies, horror, you know, all that stuff. And they pulled a lot of those movies that they've made, and they're not going to release them anymore. So Disney owns them. If you don't have it on DVD or VHS, you're never seeing it again.
Well, that plus also anything that's become like quote unquote problematic.
No, exactly.
They
yeah,
can pull as
They don't want to
well.
be known for certain things, so they
Right.
pulled all
Even
that.
though they are known for those exact things.
I know. Yeah, right. That's like one of the reasons people are obsessed with it. Is it has its own lore. It doesn't stop.
Now to go back to what you were saying though about like people not really going out as much. It is kind of crazy to see people really not doing like gatherings, just in general like that. You know, like you don't see as many people going to the movie theater. I mean, shit. I mean, the economy probably.
Yeah, I
right
think
now
that's
either.
right
Well,
now. That's probably a big factor.
What I was
But-
gonna say is on the topic. I don't know if I've said it before on the pod, but I mean something I've said I know to you before is like the reality is that we have to understand that during COVID that shit shut down like a lot of productions and made new productions harder to do because of like the finances and everything around what it takes to make a film.
But
type
not even
shit.
just movies. I mean, like either like have like small town festivals. You know, like
no,
the,
yeah. I mean they
well,
still have those.
No, they don't do the fucking
Red, White, and Bayou.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or
I
like
mean, they don't do
Christmas
that.
time. Remember when they used to do the
They still do the parades.
they don't.
Maybe not the high school, but I mean they still. I feel like they
The
still
city
do.
doesn't
we
really
had
parade anymore.
we
Like-
have Strawberry Festival. They still do Strawberry Festival.
Okay, well,
We used-
maybe Dickinson's falling behind, but I'm pretty sure the rest of the cities are still doing their shit. I mean, I went to a fucking neighborhood fall festival like literally 3 weeks ago.
Really, where was that?
It was fucking 2 streets away.
From here?
Yes.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, fall
yeah,
festival.
my
Was it for the church?
no, it was just at like some softball field. But I mean, that's what I'm saying is it's
Did
like
a lot of people turn out.
I don't know what a lot would be. I mean, yeah, like it was a school's like little like I guess like dance team doing like a performance, and then like the band was there, and then there was like families with booths, and I mean this is whenever I went to my niece's whenever I went to her candle shit, she had like a booth there. She was selling candles. I mean, there was it seemed like a good turnout. I don't know what a good turnout is though for them, but I mean it seemed for me. I mean, it seemed like a fair amount of people were there, but. My thing is that like they still happen. It's probably a little like less. I think we're just out of the loop of those things. Like we don't have a fucking town newsletter or anything like that, and I don't check my email to see if I'm getting a local news like event calendar or anything like that. And I can't say I've searched it either. So I mean, to say that they're not happening is one thing.
I mean, I'm not.
to
I'm
know
not
that they're
saying
not.
just like not happening. I just think people aren't gathering.
Just
in the
less.
cities.
Well,
Yeah.
what I was I
sure, it's
I
definitely
definitely
less, yeah,
it's
for sure.
definitely less.
That
What I
was
was
my
gonna
point.
what I was gonna really wrap my me bringing that up around to was it's kind of inspiring that there are people
Doing
like
it?
you
Oh,
like
yeah.
you. But I mean just on the topic of movies. I mean because you can kind of expand it to either make or break the point that I'm trying to make here. But what I'm saying is there are people like you that are like, yeah, no, I mean, fuck it. Star Wars is out there. I want to go watch it in a fucking theater. I never thought I would be able to do that. Now, like that kind of thought, even just like that minute of like a moment can really break that mold of like, well, no, the streaming services have the control over what's about to happen in the film industry.
We went to go see Napoleon in at the theater. We were the only people in there.
I heard it was really good.
I haven't seen it yet. But,
we were all. I don't want to speak for everybody, but my gathering was that everybody that we were with, which was like 5 or 6 people, we were all bored.
That's
like
tough.
We were like waiting for it to end. We were like, okay, we're like, all right, come on,
that's
let's wrap
crazy.
it up.
Someone else I heard talking about it said they loved
The battle scenes, like all the battle scenes were awesome. They were beautifully shot. They're like, a lot of it's like slow motion and stuff like that. And no, those were beautiful. A lot of the just actual content of the movie, it was just to us, it was just boring.
Damn. Like the setup and everything, like
the dialogue and stuff like that. It's almost like it was like you weren't really seeing a lot about Napoleon's life. Like it had also started pretty late in his career. Like I mean, I don't know. Like I don't want to say it was just total disappointment. Like I mean, I enjoyed it. Like I still liked the movie. Like it was cool, but that is one that I probably was like, maybe didn't need to pay this much money.
Right. Okay.
To
I
sit
feel
through
that.
3 hours of that. Like
I feel that, but I think like something that was kind of nice to see at least was, I know it was definitely just a marketing ploy, but a marketing ploy to try to get people back out to the theaters was around like the Oppenheimer movie. Whenever people were saying
great.
like you need to see
awesome.
like this, like if you're gonna see it, then you need to see the blast in theaters type shit.
Yeah,
it's like that was a big like marketing ploy for them, is like to get people to sell, like obviously to sell tickets, but also to get people out there type shit.
I mean, I think the Barbie thing had a lot of like in-person thing. I don't remember.
Barbie had a lot of people going out to, because that was like a whole
Barbie
thing.
popped
That
out
was like
too.
a whole
But
thing.
that was like a duo. It was a duo marketing thing.
Yes and no, but what I'm saying is
I didn't hear anybody talk about the explosions or anything like that.
Oh, really?
I definitely did.
I didn't. Mostly all of the marketing I saw for Oppenheimer was always the Barbenheimer shit, where everyone's like, "Are you
I
the
think that was,
Barbie
like,
or you the
meme
Oppenheimer?"
marketing, but I mean there was an ad that they did together, but I think a lot of that stuff was like more meme marketing. What I'm talking about is like the actual trailers and shit, and then like hearing people talk about like, whenever they saw the movie. Like a lot of the reviews I got from people that actually saw, I haven't seen it yet. I can't say that how it looks or whatever. But what I'm saying is a lot of the reviews I got were like the blast. You gotta see it in theaters, dude. Like they did it really well, or I don't know what that even means. I mean, I feel like that's kind of
They recreated it. They just let one. They just let one.
I mean,
let
but
one loose.
They just let one loose. More
like
ways
when
than one,
they
and
let
they
it
just
rip,
got it
dude.
all on HD.
They let that
Beyblades.
Beyblade
film.
rip, dude.
But what happened to the camera? But what happened to the camera if the blast was that bad?
What happened to the person behind the camera? Fuck the camera.
Incinerated.
What
Literally.
happened to the camera, dude?
You're not even. I would say misted, but you're not even missed.
Like, I know
You're
this is
just
random,
Completely deleted.
but you ever seen those videos of like people? Recently, I've seen videos of. There've been.
You're out of here.
I was thinking about those people in the plane. Have you seen those videos where the people are in the planes with the phones and they're like recording it? I'm like, how did they recover the phone?
Dude,
I'm
think
like,
about
where did
that.
they get the?
I
did-
think about
like,
that a lot, actually. Like, who posted this?
Wait, of what specifically?
Like, there's been multiple like videos recently that have popped up of people like in planes recording, and then the plane has gone down and crashed.
Oh, I just recovered the phone, or they're alive still.
Or maybe they
and
posted the
landed it
video.
well.
Maybe they posted the video.
They do train to land planes.
They posted the video
emergency
while it's
situations.
like, oh, no, like it's going down, like we're going down. Oh shit!
Doesn't what's his name have
Or-
that skit where it's like if you have loved ones, call him now, and he's on the airplane.
Yeah, Shane Gillis. But the thing
Or
is,
if you have
you
like
say recover the phone. The
Yeah.
phone is falling at 1,000. Have you ever dropped your phone from like on the toilet?
I mean, I'm with you, but that doesn't change the storage on the phone. If you can still plug it into something, then like
Maybe you can.
you should be able to
Yeah, you can
access
still
what's
get the
on
memory
it on
off
your
of it.
laptop. Yeah.
So I guess that it's wherever like the. I feel like they're not
I mean,
holding on to that shit.
I'm-
That shit's gone with the wind.
I'm playing devil's advocate here because I am with you. That shit is blown into smithereens. but
What's happening?
But I mean, there might be a
Overwater,
situation where it's like they're live streaming what's going on, so like that live stream can be recorded or pulled or something like that. Maybe something like that. I don't know, because it doesn't really make sense for somebody to either one, whenever that's happening, just like pull their camera out and be like, "Look, guys, I need you to see what I'm going through." Because if that's the first thing that's going through your mind when a plane's crashing, like we really are fucked as a
No,
society.
it's them already. It just so happens like the people are recording already because they're in the plane.
Do you
like,
guys
with their
think?
phone.
Do you guys think I'll get more followers if if this plane
Yeah,
goes
right.
down right now?
It's like Don't Look
Leave
Up.
leave it. Tell me in the comments.
Yeah. Did y'all see Don't Look Up?
Yeah.
It's Jonah Hill.
I've been
whenever
thinking about
he's,
that
like, in
movie
the
a lot
apocalypse, and he's just like after everything's like already fucking destroyed from the meteor, he comes out. He's like, "Hey guys."
Yeah, oh yeah.
Just like he's like, "There's no one left, dog.
Yeah.
It's over." Live stream one last time.
Why
Yeah.
is Wendy Junior Bacon Cheeseburger a trending search on Google right now?
That's kind of wild.
They got rid of the 4 for 4.
Oh, dude, 1 cent Junior Bacon Cheeseburgers are available at Wendy's, bro. I'll go grab a penny burger right now. What
Wait,
the
what is
hell?
it? Wait, what?
There's a penny burger.
1 cent Junior Bacon Cheeseburger for this week.
Is that?
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe you should probably maybe should. Is there a limit per customer? Let's
There's
find
got to
out.
be there's got to
You
be
just get 50 of them. Oh my god! One time we were in high school and we went to a Jack in the Box and we were like they have was it 2 tacos for $1? We were like, can we get 100 Jack in the Box tacos? And there was like a pause and this guy just goes, "Are you being serious?" And we were like, "Yeah."
Oh, dude,
and he was just like, "Okay, it's gonna be like." He was so mad that we were.
I would hate
He did
you.
not want to make
like,
those, bro. Bro, we ate all of them.
Damn.
We
You're a real
ate
piece of
all
shit
them.
for sure.
You took a real piece of shit after that.
Now I was in high school. I had strong bowels back in the day.
I hate that I think in like ulterior motives sometimes because like I was looking at this, I was like, man, what's going on here? There's one stipulation for getting your burger for 1 penny.
You have
You-
to be a child.
You need to order online or in the app. So now I'm just thinking like
You gotta
y'all
do
ain't
that.
doing shit but just trying to push ad sales on your app, and your app is doing horrible. So you're like, hey, we can afford to make some burgers for a little bit less
Yeah,
money
right.
this week. Like, we got to get those ad
Hey, what's
numbers
on that burger?
up,
Just
brother.
meat and cheese. Just a meat and cheeseburger.
I'm thinking sauce, meat, cheese, and fucking maybe pickles if
They
you
didn't
like
put
'em.
sauce on it. There's some guy in the back jerking off on the bread.
Okay.
Guarantee you, he
Is that
hates his
you?
life. He was
Is
like,
that what happened to
he's
you
like,
when you
"One
ordered
That's
those?
a
cent
Cole
burger?"
Cox guarantee.
I
He's
feel like
like,
that's what
1
happened
cent
when he ordered those
burgers.
100 tacos, and he's just scarred now. He's like, now the guy's jacking off on
Don't say
him.
that.
He's jacking off on him.
I'm in the back of the car, like, guys, I don't
Trust
know
me,
about this.
I know.
I don't know about this.
Guys, you guys are really gonna like this one.
Right? Yeah, we made Jack in the Box money that day. $50 for 100 tacos, not bad.
It is bad because if you're getting 100 tacos for $50, you need to be asking yourself what you're putting in your body.
I don't. With those tacos, I do not give a shit what
Hey,
they
with
are
the
made
buttermilk ranch though,
Hey, chill the fuck out over there.
I'm serious.
do you,
I have a
do you eat them with
real-
the buttermilk ranch?
I've
or-
heard enough of buttermilk and ranch today.
I mean, I'll eat them by himself, but yeah.
the buttermilk ranch with
Yeah.
the tacos.
I like their spicy sauce too, though.
I like my fried dog food with buttermilk ranch.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. What if it's y'all? I mean, y'all have seen the original. What is it? Snowpiercer, right?
Yeah.
It's just ground up roaches,
Oh my god.
just pressed into.
Hey, y'all remember when
into
people
a
used to eat
taco.
like the crickets just for fun? Like they used to have like the
Used to.
Who the
crickets
hell?
in the packaging. It was
Used
like
to.
the snacks, and people like, oh, remember? Did you ever go to like the museums for like
This is
field
North
trips
Korea?
and shit?
Yeah.
They would sell
That's what
those,
I'm saying.
and people would buy them, and they'd be like, "Yo, eat the crickets."
It's like candied
Ew.
crickets.
That's. I
they
mean,
were like salted. They had like ranch
I
flavor.
Yeah, you don't know what you're talking
Other
about.
countries have some weird stuff that's like really normal for them.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
this is
I
like-
ate that scorpion in the lollipop thing.
You
yeah,
ate a
yeah, there was
scorpion?
that one too.
Yeah,
But-
they have them in the lollipops.
Was it alive once you got to the center of the Tootsie Pop?
No, I wish it was. That would have been way more metal.
Crickets should taste not
Was it
good, but they're
big?
good in nutrients.
Oh, really?
I'm envisioning a fat ass scorpion in a lollipop right now.
Oh, my God.
You know, roach milk is really good for you.
What is it?
Roach milk.
Milk.
You had the
From a
opportunity to make a
cockroach.
funny
I
joke
don't-
right there, but I don't know what it is. But both of us were like, "What did you say?"
No, it wasn't. It's not a joke. Roach milk is supposedly has like. A
So
lot
how
of-
do you milk the roach?
I don't know. Grab its teats.
Oh my god.
You gotta get teeth.
Yeah, well, what do you like mini?
Yeah.
No. They it's like Rick and Morty. They shrink down and then they milk large roaches.
Oh yeah.
'Cause,
So
I mean, you got to get down in the teats, which the teats
Yeah,
are real
it's
tiny
difficult.
teats.
are you researching how they do it? I know.
They're-
I don't believe that you're being
The
honest
term
with me right now.
superfood has
Did you
become
type-
quite popular in recent years. Nutritionally speaking, there is no such thing. However, certain foods have been called superfoods for marketing purposes if they're considered nutrient rich and have been associated with health benefits. Recently, cockroach milk has been coined as an up and coming superfood, as it's said to be
a
incredibly
rookie.
nutritious
on the rise.
and healthy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
How do they make it? You can't
Yeah,
stop
It's a
we're
that.
protein-rich crystallized substance produced by a specific type of cockroach called Diploptera
Diplo's a fucking cockroach making milk, dude.
punctata.
Excuse me.
Punctata.
Let me see, what is
Diploptera punctata.
Oh
This
my
species
God.
is unique because it gives birth to live offspring. Members make milk in the form of protein crystals to serve as food for their developing young.
Bro, they're
Functata?
slowly evolving into mammals. They're really trying to take over the world. No
It's
joke.
a good source of protein, carbs, and fats.
I don't doubt it. I would never ingest
You
that.
tell us, people, would you drink cockroach milk? Drop a
Comment.
comment, like the video, subscribe, shout out cockroach
Nice
milk.
plug. Nice plug.
You tell me, hey guys, you like cockroach milk? Drop a like in the comments. Fuck out, no, dude.
God damn! I wish I didn't look this up.
Oh no.
It said, "How is cockroach milk made?" It says it involves killing a female cockroach and her embryos once it begins to lactate, and then harvesting the crystals from its midgut.
I like
So
that.
basically,
Harvesting the crystals.
They wait
is-
till the cockroach gives birth, and then while she's, I guess, trying to milk the babies, they kill her and the babies, and then they just just fucking
Dude,
take it. and
Honestly,
In
run.
this
that's the one
podcast-
thing we should convert though, because think about it. That's
Convert
the
to Islam. What are we talking about?
no, that's to cockroach milk, because that's the one thing I think everyone could agree upon. Yeah, we should kill them.
Yeah.
We should get rid of more of them. Actually, I don't want to save those.
No.
All insects. Fuck no. You see a cockroach, you're like, kill that bitch
Immediately.
now. I think that's something everyone's like, hey, you know what? If they're rich in protein and
Dude, in this one episode, we went from talking about buttermilk, and I really
Oh,
wanted
butter your milk.
wings. And
Oh,
then
dude,
we went
it's
to
not
talking about
even-
Jack in the Box tacos, and now I do not think I will eat today.
It's not
Like-
even proven safe for human consumption. You can't buy it. It's not fair.
Yeah, it's not a superfood. It's
Yeah.
an illegal.
it says
What
thing.
the
technically
hell?
cockroach milk is not milk, but a yellowish fluid that solidifies into crystals in the stomach.
No.
Approach-
Stop. It's so gross. It's so nasty. So why do you know that?
How do you?
Why
know
do you
that?
why do you know that?
How has this happened?
It was a big headline a few years ago, and I just remember stuck in my head because I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, it was a real big headline.
Cockroach milk
a big deal.
farm. Here we go. Let's go, dude. Let's figure out how to farm this shit, dude.
That is
How do you feel about Palestine and Israel?
This is cockroach farming.
better than fucking cockroach milk.
Cockroach farmers describe the insects as being easy to raise and profitable.
Cheers to
Oh my
that.
god.
I'll drink to that. Hey, we should have a whole show where it's just I'll drink to that, and it's after every statement someone.
Every time somebody says some ridiculous shit, I'll drink to
I'll
that.
drink to
dude.
that. Dude, there was a year we went to. It was I want to say 2021. We went to Renfest. It was a group of us, and I just remember like after everything, mostly me and Jerry, but after almost everything, and Tommy too, we were just like, I'll drink to that, and then someone would say that, and then someone else would be like, I'll drink to that. And then it would just be the next person.
Passing the buck.
I'll drink to that. It just keeps going. And then you could just go in a loop on that.
Yeah, you
Just
never
keep
end if you
drinking.
didn't want
You
to.
just drink to that person drink.
Until one
Oh,
person's just upset and they're like, I'm not drinking that. I am not drinking to that.
That is something I would not drink to.
Yeah.
Real nice.
Kind of
Real
pisses me
fucking-
off, actually.
real nice, Edward.
You guys think this is something to drink to? It's insane.
No.
It's insane.
Real fucking nice. You know what? I was gonna drink to that, but now I'm not so sure. All right. I hope you're happy.
You know, I will say, I think Renfest is one of those things that really has not been affected by the whole COVID thing. Like, actually, if anything, the past couple years have been pretty damn good.
I'll drink to that.
No, I feel you though. I mean, there are certain things where I guess it kind of just like shows you like how
Renaissance era really has a hold on us.
how
Yep.
diverse the population is. Because I mean, there are that like as many people that were unaffected by Renfest that are like unwilling to go to something like Renfest because of something like COVID.
True.
type shit.
Yeah, true.
So it's like it's weird how like those pockets exist. You know what I mean? Like how there are just like all of these people are like, you guys are bitches.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting my meat.
Dude, the first year of COVID,
From the
all the
cockroaches.
employees looked so fucking annoyed. Because, like, they were just, like, you know, like, with the whole, like, distancing and everything.
Huzzah!
Most of the time, they just weren't even doing it. But a lot of the time, like, they're just, like... Because, you know, they're always used to, like, staying in... Yeah, they're always used to staying in character and stuff. So they're just, like... They're, like... they just say it in weird ways, but super, super... like not motivated. Like it was just like
Thine sir has
thou sir,
yeah.
thou shalt stay 6 feet, please.
I'm
And they're
begging
just like they
you.
looked so sad. They looked so sad that year. I still had fun though.
CDC guidelines force us to break
Yeah.
character.
I still had my fun.
Would you drink the milk of the cockroach if there was that Renfest?
What if there's a cockroach in your beer that crawled in there during production?
Would you kill it for its milk?
Maybe I'm getting the milk right now.
Maybe
Maybe
It's for your survival.
Would
Would
you
you-
kill for its milk
would you-
straight from the teat?
Would you murder it and its children?
What would you do for its delectable milk?
you kill you kill the
We're,
mama
we're someone tuning out right now. They're like, I'm over this shit.
you kill the mama cockroach and then like 2 of the babies, but you leave a little Harry Potter cockroach.
You're next. Yeah.
You're the Voldemort in his story.
Yeah, but then he conquers all.
mama's milk. We'll see if you're the wizard
Yeah.
that lived.
You know what's funny is there's like a fucking Fairly Odd Parents episode where like the roaches take over and they like nuke it, but the roaches survive because the roaches can survive nuclear explosion.
I wonder, like, is that a myth? Or, like, how can we prove that?
Well, I don't think it's that they could survive the explosion, but I think they could survive the radiation.
Like what's it called? Nuclear.
Put them in a microwave. We'll figure it out.
yeah.
Something fall, outfall.
Yeah,
no.
y'all
No
should get
fall.
one and put it in a
Good one.
microwave, and we'll see what happens. No, that
Fuck
sounds like
off.
something. That sounds like something a psychopath would do. We should not do that.
No, do it.
So you didn't answer Palestine or Israel, dude.
Or
Or
Yeah, are you team? Which team are you on?
they're like Jacob and Edward.
I don't know which one's in the blue corner.
You know,
You know what? You know, I think okay. This is gonna sound almost, but we've gotten to. It's gonna sound a little bit. We've gotten to a point though, in like America where we're so like I feel like a little bit detached, where it's like people are just posting stuff about it. Like, you know, posting about it, like I'm bringing awareness. I'm like to what?
we know.
Like we know it's happening.
Yeah,
We're
fully
aware.
I
Fully
think
aware.
everyone's aware, and then like people responding and be like, "Oh yeah, you feel like people getting mad that they're posting it." I'm like, both of you are ridiculous.
Oh,
Aside
yeah,
from that,
100%, yeah.
why are you getting mad that someone's trying to bring awareness? But also, what do you really? Are you? Is that to feel better about yourself?
Right.
I've seen
like-
a lot of fundraisers.
That's good.
You know what I mean?
Fundraisers
seen a
are
lot of
good.
that.
Yeah, like spending, but like also, do we know that those fundraisers are going directly to?
Oh well, I mean, I'm sure some of them
Is it
not, but
going
I'm
to
sure some of
displaced-
them yes.
And like, I would like to know, like, okay, because at this point, it's like it's not going to stop the war. At
How is that
best,
money transferred? Are you
Exact-
finding a random family asking for their Venmo and like?
because
you
it's
know what
hard
I
to
mean?
keep.
Like,
It's I feel like at this point, it's hard to keep track where everyone is. Like. What's going on, and so where I'm at is like there's people getting displaced, and of course a lot the money probably is for the displaced families to help them get back on their feet, but also things are so
A lot of them.
yeah
get
to at
'em
least
out.
help them transport them out, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, do we have the systems in place to even like people are just posting links, but it's like, do you know the method in which we're getting these people out of it? I know I'm getting a little deep here for a second, but it just makes
no,
me
you're not
some-
getting as deep as you might think, because what it is more so just like kind of that idea that we really don't know what we're dealing with, but people are so willing to act like they're standing for something, or they are like they do believe in what they're saying, but they don't even really know what they're saying. Like I stand with Israel. It's like which part? Like the part that is defending itself, or the part that is attacking also? It's like there are two sides to every war, and
it's like we can majority agree. Okay, if we were talking about the beginning of it, Hamas, cool, bad.
right.
Bombing whole towns, I think if we
We've
can all
gotten out of
agree, fucked up. Like
Yeah.
it's
I mean,
bad.
America did it a lot,
Also very fucked
And isn't
up.
this
which is crazy. That's that. I mean,
I mean, the
people
war-
should be getting upset about it because it's happening in the first place. But what's wild is people are acting like we didn't do that.
I mean, no. I mean,
You know what I
Israel.
mean?
Yes.
I mean, let's be honest though. Israel is also our war.
Yeah, well,
It's a proxy war.
no, for sure.
Kind of.
But I mean, that part, I'm not like that part isn't even really what I'm getting at. It's just that it's like don't sit here and get so upset about it when I've never ever seen you say anything about when we did it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you literally, I don't even think you thought of, I mean, granted we were younger,
It's-
so maybe people weren't really thinking about
It's
that.
the same
But I
mentality.
thought
of
about it
like,
a lot when I
It's
was.
the same mentality of in a relationship where it's like it's okay if I cheat, but if they cheat, it's wrong. It's like no, bitch, cheating is wrong.
Yeah, no, exactly.
How that
Like, yeah,
works.
exactly.
I don't know,
It's
people-
just wrong. Like, it's
I don't
just-
know. People wanted out of Iraq. People didn't want to be in Iraq.
So
No,
People,
for sure. Yeah,
people
yeah,
were
for
like,
sure.
people were like, we need
Eventually.
We've been in that bitch too long. Get these.
Yeah,
Eventually. I
eventually.
mean, after we were
but
there
in the
for
same
fucking 11
conversation
years or whatever.
as Renfest, as many people as wanted out of Iraq, or you can match that with as many people that wanted to stay in. So like, I mean, there is that dichotomy of like we live in this fucking melting pot of all these different people, and it's kind of run by news sources that are untrustworthy, that have agendas to be dependent upon. So I mean, when you really look at like what you're talking about, I think it does exist in that level of like it's complex and it's hard to talk about because there's so many people getting offended by just the topic of conversation being like talked about.
I think what annoys me
What
is that
what I was gonna say is what annoys me about the situation is that like how many people are willing to take a stance on something they really don't know anything about. Because when you're saying like it maybe should be like we're trying to get people out of there, but it's like isn't this more of a complex war where it's like about the land? So like getting
all the
people
wars
out
right
of
now are super complex, right?
Right, but what I'm saying that one specifically is like a
Beyond
1,000
just
year
what they
going
say it
on
is.
war.
No, it's been going on for
about
literally,
that
like,
land. So
yeah.
like when you're talking about getting people out, isn't that the agenda of one of those two parties? You know, like I mean, when you're talking about like getting people out of there is probably the best case scenario. It's like, well, wait, but that's what they want. Like that's why they're doing this is to get people out of there.
No, it
type
is
shit.
that is something I was talking to somebody else about too. Is that it's just insane that this conflict has been going on for so long and it hasn't been solved. It's like, have we really gone this long doing this and we're still doing it? Like,
it's all based off of like scripture that it's like not. I don't know. I think
I don't know too. I'm not religious, so I don't know too much about that part. I just think it's just
Religious
astounding to
purposes,
me
Holy
that,
Land
that it's
type
been
of
going
thing.
on for this
I don't
this long. I mean, it's like these people's great, like these people's ancestors, like of the same people, were still fighting over the same thing.
I think what annoys me though is just like the people who are like, what about all the famous people and celebrities who haven't said anything about it? I'm like, if they're not gonna go to like Congress and like,
What the fuck does that do? Who cares if somebody doesn't
Oh,
say
like whenever
something?
they do the Oscars and stuff, and everybody starts talking about everything.
Or even a tweet. Like, what is... I appreciate that this is how you feel. I don't give a fuck. You have no intention of actually changing anything
are
to
you
do
in
with this
are you in the
situation.
field for real? Like going out there and like doing something.
No, it's that they're like,
Good job.
yeah, I
Like-
like that these celebrities are really raising awareness because everybody pays attention to them, so it's good that they bring up. It's
Right.
like,
I'm like, why don't we just actually pay attention to maybe the journalists that are out there risking their lives
who
instead?
a lot are dying.
No, fuck
A
those
lot are
guys. They don't know
dying.
what they're talking about.
No, we should be paying attention. Like it's crazy because those same people are be like, we shouldn't pay attention to celebrities like that. And we shouldn't give them that much, put them on that much of a high horse. And then we're like, look to the celebrities for political statements.
Yeah, no, I've never liked that. That's why I used to watch the Oscars because you remember they used to be kind of funny. Like people, the host,
Yeah.
the host was
The
usually
host
hilarious.
used to be a
you know?
comedian,
I
usually.
mean, I think they still are a lot of
Now
time.
it's always a political statement.
Yeah, and now it's
Yeah.
that. Like, oh, what was it? The British comedian guy. He did it.
Yeah.
He did it one time, and he opened it with like, he was like, "Don't give us any of your political shit. Just take your fucking trophy and get the fuck off the stage." And like most of the people in the audience were laughing. Then the cameras like went on to people, and they were just like,
Well, I mean, I
They're
had a
just, like, all
speech
pissed.
prepared.
Yeah, so now it's like, well, now I can't do it because I'll look like that guy. I'll be
Isn't
that
it-
guy. Like,
Isn't it kind of crazy to like have a speech prepared for a award that you probably know you don't deserve?
hey, man. Hey, I don't know. I don't know. I think Shutter Island deserved more awards.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
not I'm
Robert
not
Downey
here to
Jr. and
shit on
Tropic
people.
Thunder deserved more
Definitely.
awards.
I'm not here to
I
shit
gotta-
on people, but it's a popularity contest at the end of the day, and it's not about really the performance. It's about the production that the performance
Bro,
gained.
He was a
Bro,
dude
you're not
playing a
look-
dude disguised as another dude.
Do you know
Shut
what
the fuck up.
the dudes are emerging?
There was a lot of dudes.
There was a lot of dudes.
What
in
do
that
you
movie.
mean?
There
you
was a lot
people?
of there's a lot
Tropic
of dudes
Thunder
in
is
that
one of
movie.
those. Not to get off topic, but Tropic Thunder is one of those that it's like a classic that wouldn't like probably not stand the test of time.
I mean, it has
in
I
a
still
lot
watch
of
it.
or no, what I was gonna say, it probably wouldn't stand the test of time in a lot of different times. Like if it was made even 10 years earlier or 10 years after, it probably wouldn't have hit as hard.
If it was made now, it just wouldn't get made now. Actually,
It wouldn't get made now.
You
And if
can't
it
do
was made
blackface.
10 years before, I feel like it wouldn't have hit as hard as it did. I feel like it hit like that perfect notch, like that perfect node, you know, like
Yeah.
in society type shit. Like whereas everybody was like, all right, this is fucking parody. Like this, it was like kind of like peak parody.
well, I mean, they were making fun of literally what we were just talking about how far actors take it sometimes. Like, you know, like
Mhm.
how ridiculous celebrities can be. You
well,
know, like
also
just-
like kind of showing how ridiculous like the U.S. government is at the same time, and it's almost as chaotic as an actor's mind.
Oh yeah. No, one of the people I watch always makes a relation like he's talking about Zelensky going from actor to politician. He was like, it's not even that big of a change.
Yeah,
like, they're all actors. Like, they're all,
yeah. I
like,
mean, it's true.
it's not that crazy of a profession change. I mean, obviously it is. You know, there's a joke there, but
No, I mean it's.
But
I mean,
it-
to a
there's
degree,
there
it's
is, yeah, you know what I mean,
theoretically
like-
not. You just fall into a role. This one's just lasts a little bit.
oh yeah,
longer.
I don't think most of the politicians are like even have any intention of like meaning what they say.
Oh no.
You know, they have this guy. They have an analyst that's like, okay, so you become way more popular when you say things like this, and when you wear that tie, and you do all that. So this means that we start moving in that direction more because we're seeing good numbers from that.
I think
So I
it-
wrote your speech like this.
I think there's an impossible like.
Trump literally threw it.
He's the
Mention
only
that
one.
engine.
That's why people. Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons like all those people like him so much because they're like he doesn't do that at all.
Fuck you! You look like a dog. You're like, oh shit!
I think he probably they probably hired him a writer.
You should be in
and
jail.
he was like, all right, I've got you this. He's like, no, don't give me your paper. I'm gonna fucking-
Wrong.
Yeah,
Wrong. No.
I can't read this.
This is fake news.
Yeah, this whole thing. The whole thing.
Like he threw everyone. They're like, dude, this is what you need to do. Everyone had their papers ready. That motherfucker said,
You're
wrong,
fired.
and everyone's like,
He said-
oh shit.
Yeah.
He said tonight, ladies and gentlemen, they prepared a speech for me. It's an incredible speech, one of the best speeches I've ever read. I'm gonna throw it out.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw it down. Yeah.
Everyone's like,
Because you guys deserve the best.
I came up with a lot of really good nicknames for people. Okay.
So you guys
We're gonna
remember
talk
that guy
about
Ron?
absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, you're right. Exactly. Going off of that actor to fucking politician.
Yeah. Really not that crazy. Yeah.
Honestly, he did better. Think
Yeah.
about it. He did.
It was like kind of like a step up. Instead of like searching for roles, he found like the perfect role for him.
Yeah. This is my role. I get
He's a
paid
s-
way more too.
Instead of finding a new movie or show for him to be on, he just picked a country.
It's weird because like we used to watch his show. You know what I mean? Like I remember watching like because it was funny to watch. What is it?
Or no deal.
Is that what it was that he did? No. It's Apprentice. Was that what it was?
Are you talking about Trump?
Yeah. The TV show he had when we were younger. What was it? What was it called? Where he'd do this? Where he did the like, you're fired.
Fuck, I don't remember.
Yeah, it was The Apprentice. Yeah.
It was The Apprentice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And people would like try to, like I don't know. I don't even remember what the show was really about. But it was definitely like a competition, and people would get X'd out of the show.
But that was like the.
and yeah, and that guy became president. That's fucking wild.
Yeah, I mean, he was in a comedy sitcom called Servant of the People from 2015 to 2019.
Dude, I'm just
That is
saying.
wild.
All I wanted for Christmas
Your two front teeth.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson versus Donald Trump, 2024.
Hey, you still might
As
be,
president?
buddy.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Yeah.
I don't know if they vote
I
in
know,
the primaries.
You know what's funny is I was like pitching that at work and people were like laughed like that wasn't a possibility.
I mean, people laughed at Trump.
That's what I'm saying. They're like, ah, and I was like, that could be very much a possibility. They're like, real? I was like,
You don't watch the news.
I was like, oh, so you haven't been paying attention for the past 8 years. All right, good.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Love to hear that. Have you not? What are you fucking?
Where you been? No, well, I mean, isn't it
You
Conor
think that's how
McGregor is getting into politics? Isn't
I'm
he?
not gonna lie though, The Rock versus the Trump.
The Rock versus the Trump.
for the presidential candidacy would be such a great marketing showdown. Like, we would see probably some of the best speeches in fucking history, bro. It'd just be like,
That'd be the best
What's
entertainment for our
what's
country.
the Rock got cooking? Not inflation. Is what we're gonna do.
Are we-
what's that
I've
smell?
got a plan. Yeah, what's that smell?
There would literally be a TV show called the
Underprivileged homes?
Yeah.
For
new reality TV show, the presidential race. It's gonna be on fucking wherever.
That's kind of what it is, and it's crazy that you just said that because I didn't really think about it like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it already is that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
But-
saying.
but,
I
like,
was
they
like,
would-
oh, it's
It
yeah.
would be on True TV.
But
the
this
presidential race.
This season of The Bachelor.
And then you're like, oh shit.
And right after that, the presidential debates.
That is kind of crazy to think about, like, the
I was saying-
presidency as like a mix between the Olympics and The Bachelor.
But-
it happens
but
every
for
4
really
years,
old
but it's
people.
very much
Yeah.
a popularity contest
I'm saying
that people vote on.
If we can get Joe Rogan to do it though, if we can just get Joe Rogan,
As a mediator,
the mediator, The Rock.
it would have to be long form. Those
Wait.
mediators keep things short form.
Exactly. Let's do it. Long
But
form.
that's what I'm saying. Is
Long
like,
form. Dwayne the Rock Johnson versus Donald Trump, Joe Rogan. Ultimate American Showdown.
Yeah, but they're wearing boxing clothes. Just because that would make it way better.
is
to
that
watch.
even the ultimate American showdown?
Up to
That's
date.
like a fucking 80-year-old
Yeah, what about, like-
blonde
what about-
dude versus like a very fit 50-year-old dude, and one of the biggest podcasters on the planet just there because he's good at talking.
What about
And it's
Ted
like-
Bundy versus the Unabomber? That'd be a pretty,
Hey.
see who.
yeah, I don't think anyone wants them. Just fucking-
I think the Great American Showdown would be like Shane Gillis and fucking
for president?
well, and just like a
No, but I'm talking about we're talking about president. Could you imagine The Rock being like trying to spit real shit in people's eyebrow, and Donald Trump's like gay, like just he's gay, and everyone's like, oh shit, like that would be the funniest shit of all time. You're like, The Rock just lost.
I don't need steroids to run this country. I don't even know, like, what could you go at The Rock for? This fucking fit, successful dude.
Yeah,
It's like,
I mean,
he's not from here. I don't know.
Right.
But he is, though, so I don't even know where you would go from that.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got like.
and that's what would make it the Great American Showdown right
Yeah.
there. What would he say? Go.
Find out next year.
That's the real
Next
challenge.
time on American Showdown.
I don't know, dude. Like, maybe we
Presidential,
should
like-
just have our president do like the Great American Gladiator for like the presidency. You know?
Okay. Okay.
Like a skills challenge.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
yeah.
did-
What are
I
their
did-
real skills?
I don't know, dude.
You know what I
That's
mean?
a good one though. Like, cause
Their real life skills. How good of a cook are you? I
that's a
wanna
good
see
one.
it happen.
Are you a good dad?
Yeah, are you a good? Well,
I don't know. You don't. Maybe
I don't
are
think
you
a lot
are
of
you
them
a
would
bad
win that
dad?
one.
You got to be a bad dad. You got to be a bad dad to be the president. 'Cause
girl's
if you're
dad.
always around for your kids, I don't think you're really protecting.
Yeah,
the
that's
country.
true. It's way too much.
You got to be a
time.
horrible father.
Yeah,
horrible
yeah.
father is
Girl
probably
dad.
They always do really
girl,
well. Yeah.
horrible girl dad. So your dad and your girl that is your baby girl, she is in a strip club somewhere,
Yep.
and you are currently trying to fight for that strip club to
Isn't that Joe Biden already?
Work
Except
against
like
her
the
rights.
opposite.
Yeah, I
like
think
the-
that's kind of yeah.
like Hunter Biden is the male version of that, except he's not a strip club. He's in
He's
the
in
strip
the strip
club.
club. He keeps the strip club open.
Yeah, so
I
I
mean,
mean,
he pays
running the
those
strip club
bills.
to a
Like,
degree.
yeah.
so
yeah.
isn't
It's
Joe
good,
Biden?
yeah.
I mean, okay, then you're wrong because Joe Biden already proved that doesn't work. So
But is Joe Biden a good father?
no,
No, I don't think probably not. Yeah, probably not.
That maybe this formula isn't working here.
He's definitely not a good speaker.
I mean,
Well, I don't know.
I think you have to speak in order to be a good speaker. I think that's part of the.
that shit at this point is. I mean, it's honestly kind of similar to Trump. It's like at
It
this
does-
point, it's just amusing to watch.
It does
Like-
depend on what you're dictating, like as a good speaker, because no, he's not eloquent, but he is providing for a lot of like great moments.
Yes, yeah. It's
So
true.
it's like-
he is a meme at this
He's-
point. Our president is a meme again.
He's
Again.
maybe more memorable than a great speaker.
You know, there's a-
because of his speeches.
Bush was a meme too. Bush was basically a meme.
I was just watching a video where it was like, there's a saying in Tennessee.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in Texas. It might be in Tennessee.
Yeah.
You can't just say that,
Or
motherfucker.
it might be a
saying in Tennessee. I don't know if it's
No, he's
Tennessee.
like,
Definitely in Texas.
Shane on me, fool me twice.
Can't
Can't
fooled
get fooled
again.
again.
Dude, no, the one where he's like, we're going to stop terrorism. Now watch this swing. And just hits a driver. Like, what if, on national television,
Dude,
dog?
it's a joke. it's all one big joke.
Can't get fooled again.
I love the fucking the can't get fooled again, and then it's just his face with like the like the fucking 16-bit sunglasses that come down, and
that's
then
cla-
the fucking explosions
Oh,
of
yeah.
the towers in the back with the fucking blunt that
You know,
comes
Kamala
in.
Harris just did like a video for Kwanzaa. I was like, that's racist. Like some,
Is she Jewish?
Yeah, how do you know? Wait,
well, that's Hanukkah.
wait, what is
Dude,
Kwanzaa?
that's Hanukkah. Kwanzaa's like
What's
a made-up
Kwanzaa?
holiday. Like in
It's
the,
a made-up holiday.
yeah. It was like
We
so
should confirm
originally.
that before we say that
Are
it's a
you
made-up
just, like,
holiday.
making
Are
fun
all
of
the
it?
holidays made-up holidays though?
Yeah,
That's a
but
good
this one was
point.
made like later than all the other. It was like originally made to like protest like Christian and white people holidays.
Well,
Oh,
you
wow,
know how that is.
No,
It says Kwanzaa is a celebration of black culture and African diasporic
I don't know. Go ahead.
unity. Each day is dedicated to a principle that observers reflect on and celebrate. Kwanzaa comes from a phrase Matunda ya Kwanzaa, meaning first fruits in Swahili. I don't
The-
think I
the-
said that right.
The
but
dude
I'm
who
gonna go
created
with
it, I think, got arrested too.
That's
not too long ago.
cool-ties.
Who
For,
got
like,
arrested?
Guy who created Kwanzaa.
Well, man, that's crazy. He didn't reflect enough.
So it's not a religious holiday. It's
What
just it's associated with African roots, allowing people of various faiths to partake in the celebration, fostering unity rather than division. That's kind of
Okay,
cool.
that's pretty cool. I can
Should we
respect
start
that.
celebrating Kwanzaa?
Yeah, should we do that? Should we celebrate Kwanzaa? We should do
I don't know,
a
chat. Let us know.
we should do a Kwanzaa episode every year
Dude.
and just celebrate Kwanzaa.
It's like a week long, right?
Does Scientology have any holidays?
That's a good one.
You know what I
That's
mean?
A good question. Scientology
Fuck
holidays.
Scientology.
Do you think
I'd
like
be
your
okay.
job would like
Solomon King's a
respect it?
Scientologist.
Is he really?
Yeah, fuck that guy.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Is he? Is it a bit that he's just
No,
taken
he's-
really far?
No, he.
That's kind of crazy.
Here's to him.
Oh, yeah,
I'll
dude.
drink to that.
Drink to that.
The birthday of L. Ron Hubbard, March
back, I'm gonna use the
13th.
Wow.
The date marking the initial publication of Dianetics, May 9th. The anniversary of maiden voyage of the Free Winds and what that vessel represents in the development of advanced spiritual levels of enlightenment in Scientology, June 6th.
Oh my gosh.
Auditors Day in honor of all auditors, second Sunday in September. What the fuck is that? What is an auditor?
Oh, you don't know what
like
that
you
is?
mean I know the job.
Like no, like
you
in
audit shit.
Scientology though.
No.
So basically, the auditor, you sit down at this table and you're by yourself in a room. You have this thing that you hold and it has a meter on it, right? And so they ask you questions to see, and to see if you can reach the next level or whatever, that you're doing things right. You're being a good Scientologist, basically. And that meter jumps whenever you talk. If it's supposed to, it obviously doesn't really work, but it's supposed to like tell you if they're, lying or whatever it is. It's basically an interview, and this meter just
It's a
is
lie
if you
detector
get a-
test?
But no, but it's not real. Like it's not like the
Oh.
thing. The thing is just like I don't know. It is a real machine, but it doesn't do what they're saying it does. You know what I mean?
Oh.
And but they audit you. So they sit there and ask you questions, and they're basically just finding out if you're a good Scientologist.
And so the
that
person
year.
that conducts that is the auditor.
They are the auditor, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so you have to do that a bunch. So basically, like in Scientology, they say you have all these things on your skin and stuff, and they're like little
beings, and you basically have to you do these audits so you can get them off, because that's what makes you sick, and that's what makes you negative or angry, or
What are
you
they
know, if you get cancer, it's because you have these things on you that you can get off from auditing, and it's outrageous.
What are they called
Totally
in
outrageous.
solar opposites? The gooblers?
Yeah.
The gooblers, the fucking gooblers that come out of the
Out of it,
fucking
yeah, yeah.
Oh
things.
yeah. I haven't seen that show in a long time. That was a good show.
Cool.
Yeah, but it's crazy. It's
so-
absolute ridiculous.
And then the anniversary of the founding of International Association of Scientologists, which unites, supports, and protects the Scientology religion and Scientologists throughout the world, October 7th.
with
and-
lawsuits on everyone else.
And New Year's Eve.
Wow, they get to celebrate New Year's Eve.
The New Year's Eve
Thank
is
you,
the
L. Ron
only
Hubbard,
holiday
for that
of,
gift.
of the major holidays that they would be able
Fuck
to.
Scientology. It's just a cult for people with money.
Yep.
Fuck that.
Yep.
Oh, I'm on Scientology.
You just have too many.
Holy
you have
shit!
too many of
I hope
things
I don't
on
get
you, dude.
flagged.
You need to be audited.
Got all the Googlers.
You can be more positive. You know.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
What do you think is gonna be like culturally impactful? Like
You.
later down the road, like
Daniel
like
Velasquez.
collect. I think that because I honestly I know a lot more people collecting things now. I think it's just something you do when you get older.
Okay. Yeah,
but
probably.
like,
I mean,
because
yeah.
when you're young, you don't think about it as much. But like, for instance, like I still have a Game Boy Advance SP. Like,
Oh,
do,
yeah, so do I. I think I still
we
have.
have
one, so-
fucking doofles.
Dude,
We haven't even
Doofles is
given a
going
Doofles a
sick.
shout out in a long time. We got fucking Doofles back here. Doofles aren't even made. These things aren't even made anymore.
So you're saying you want to start collecting them?
I want to find. I mean, we've already said that. I want to find.
Have you put effort into it? Have you started looking around?
No, you know where I found this Doofles?
Where?
I mean, he doesn't even have his shoe. They robbed him, but found him from a thrift store.
Damn. Yeah, that looks
Yeah.
like it would be a thrift thing.
He got his shoes taken from him.
I mean,
They're probably on
he
like
kind
a.
of looks like he's on drugs. I'm
They're
not.
probably on a phone line.
He looks like
somewhere.
Towley. You know what I mean? When
Towley.
when Towley's all messed up.
He does, like-
That's kind of what. I mean, is it a he or is it?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the beat. That's the beat to Funky Town.
Whoa. I don't know if this is a rabbit hole I want to jump down. It's like I typed in auditor in Scientology because I was a little interested in what you were talking about.
Mhm.
It says, what questions are asked in Scientology auditing? It says examples. Are you a pervert? Are you guilty of any major crimes in this lifetime? Have you been sent here knowingly to injure Scientology? Are you or have
Of
you
course.
ever been a communist? Are you closely affiliated to any person or organization violently opposed to L. Ron Hubbard or Scientology? Like, what is this?
Yeah, yeah. There's a guy that has he's getting pretty big, and he's been on. I think I saw him on.
$800 an hour.
Yeah.
A Scientology auditing session costs $800 an
But you
hour.
can't move to the next level unless you do it.
And it can last a minimum of 2.5 hours each.
A minimum.
That is $2,500 per session. Holy fuck.
Yeah, it's
that'd be $2,000.
It'd be 2,000, but I mean it said at least.
yeah.
That means there's some in the threes. Probably more.
Oh, no, they go
most
higher
of
than
them
that.
are in the threes.
That's what I'm saying. It's a rich cult.
There's that's why there's
I
like
see
that's
how.
why Tom Cruise is in it, dude. But you know what?
No, he got out
Oh, did he?
because his son got sick and they wouldn't let his son take medicine.
So he's out now.
Yeah, he's not a
Is he-
Scientologist.
yeah, he doesn't really do interviews, so he's not probably gonna ever talk about it. Though
Nah,
that
he's
would
not.
be gold. That would be.
Yeah, he's not a Scientologist anymore.
that would
like,
be a gold
like
interview.
he
Yeah,
realized
good
how
for him.
shitty.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Do you have to be a Scientologist to be an auditor?
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Really?
It's not. Yeah. It's not science. It's fucking.
But like,
Not rocket science.
but this
Weird
shit
that
is
it's
on.
called Scientology. You know that? I mean, I always thought that was so strange because I'm like, this is so.
Oh,
This
no,
is literally
never mind.
just.
You gotta come up with a good name, right?
Yeah, they have bands. There's Scientology bands. You know, like it's like, but it's not.
It's like the Amish, but for rich people.
Yeah, it's so
I
wild.
wouldn't say it's that.
Yeah, a lot of them have to sell their houses and stuff and go live on like Scientology property, right? And then you don't really get paid either. Like, so it's very hard to make money. That's why a lot of the people that do it are already wealthy or they're independently wealthy because of, owning a business or something like that. They don't like it's very strange.
Yeah,
Real weird shit.
I'm gonna check out there because that's definitely very strange. Holy shit.
Yeah.
that sounds like a very much because it's like one of the main questions was like, do you have anything like for communism? But that sounds very communistic, kind of. Like, give us all your shit.
No, that's
and
not the
we'll
real communism.
Divvy it up to you.
That's not the right way to do it. It's just people don't do it right, okay?
Yeah, I'm obviously retarded to a degree, but I mean it's okay.
You think the collapse of America will bring people close together?
Probably closer together. I think
You think like
usually
the
that's what
community will go
happens.
stronger?
Like usually when really bad things happen like that, like it gets really fucked up. But then afterward, everybody's so much closer for it.
Yeah, 'cause everyone's always looks at the worst like, oh, we're gonna all fight each other. But I'm like, I don't know. I know this is random, but it always happens when you're not here or like at a random time. So that the lady that lives across the way, right, knocked on her door. Is like, hey, do you have like a jumper box? I was like, I have jumper cables. She's like, could you help me jump? Then our next door neighbor, I guess, answered. All right, we'll see if that works, and if not, then I'll knock back.
Community.
Yeah, then knocks back on my door, but then when I opened it, she's like, "Oh no, the lady across the way over there had a jumper box, so she helped her out." But I was like, "See, like, yeah, exactly." Kind of like
community.
made me think. I was like, "Okay, more people are willing to help than
Yeah, it's like
people are actually willing to give credit for."
I think it's really hard to pinpoint because there's two schools of thought. Is like it's always calm before the storm, but then there's also it always rains before it, like a rainbow. Like it is probably going to be tough and seem dark for a while. Hopefully we're already past some of that because it has been kind of rough the past couple years. But I mean, that can't be indicative of what it will become because we're talking about the collapse of America as an inevitability rather than a possibility. So I mean that would still have to happen before we could kind of dictate what would be next type shit. And I'm not saying it won't happen. I mean, we're showing all the signs of it. But to kind of say that it people wouldn't be coming together or would be coming together, it's really hard to pinpoint because I mean it just kind of takes the level of reaction to how society has that storm. Sees that storm.
Look at World War II. Like it was pretty bad there. It was bad everywhere. Everyone was involved, and it was really, really horrible. Since then, nothing like that has happened again. You know what I mean?
Right. And I mean, even to kind of take it down and minimize it from the whole war to just the nuke dropping. It's like that one moment kind of changed history
no nuke
forever.
And no nuke has been dropped on anyone since.
And as impactful as it was to not just like that time and as impactful as it has been since then, it's still kind of forgotten about in certain places. It's not something you think about every day. That shit happened. Like you have to tell yourself like it's still a possibility. And like when you tell yourself that thought that it has happened comes up, but it's not something you think about when you're working your day job or fucking trying to figure out a problem or something like that. It was very impactful and still has impact, but it's not like the impact that it carries today isn't the impact that it carried then type shit. So how bad could things get to the point that they wouldn't be able to be redeemed?
Yeah, well, I think it's just like a lot of the time, like horrible situations are wake up calls for, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
and that's what
I mean,
it
that
ends
was
up
what
being,
COVID
is
was
just
to a degree.
wake-up call.
That's what COVID was to a degree. We kind of were woken up to like how unprepared we are for that type
For a lot of stuff.
outbreak.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. I mean, same
Like,
thing with the freeze.
Yeah.
After that, dude, I mean, like, we had a fucking generator that hooks up to the gas of your house to power you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you don't even have to get more gas. It'll run on the gas line of the house. It'll power the whole house. Like,
Mhm.
but you know what I mean? Like now, I mean, like I know exactly what to do in the event of a freeze. Like I got everything fucking handled. So it's like, but it had to happen first. You know what I mean?
But on the same exact coin as that, every time the power goes down, you're like, fuck, is it back? Is it another recession?
another one?
Is our power lines okay?
Usually I'll probably step outside and feel how cold it is, see if it's that or not. like, is this a freeze?
Oh
my God. Is this a freeze? Is this happening again?
It's fucking 64 outside.
Yeah. it's chilly, but like, I don't know.
You need a jacket.
Yeah. Well, I'd say like a flannel. Pipes from.
But shit, where are we at?
30.
Hour and a half? You
Yeah.
want to call it?
We could, yeah.
Wait, did you have something?
What you got? What you got?
I mean,
What you got for me, brother?
It was gonna be about it's also a touchy subject. I've been bringing up the touchy subjects, but fuck it, right?
You just want to touch me, bro?
He's a cloudy guy today.
Touch me, and then you touch me, so I could get my
Satisfaction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I bet you do.
No, but I was
gonna
say,
freaking.
isn't it crazy So like it's weird because like I feel like my whole life I've always been like immigration's a good thing, right? I
Mhm.
still do believe immigration's a good thing. Yeah, I think it's good to have people like we've always been like a hub for different cultures, which identity politics has kind of ruined. You know what I mean? Everyone's like, I gotta identify with this bullshit, but it's like, why can't we all just be sharing our cultures? You know what I mean? And coming
100%,
together
yeah.
and creating, instead of creating American culture, we're all fighting for what American culture is, which is
No, we've just lost sight of what it was supposed to be. I mean, to say this isn't American culture, it's like, who made you the judge, asshole? Like, I mean, we can
That's
say
fair.
what we can say what it was supposed to be. I mean, even whenever it was written, it was still being lied upon. It's like the fucking all men are created equal. It's like, well, you're not following those fucking
You're not
ideals right
adhering to
now
the-
when you're writing this. So
I was just saying, if we shared the cultures more and actually like we're more willing to accept each other, we could probably create a culture that was agreed upon.
That would
Yeah,
that would
amongst
be the
everyone.
that would be the culture. Right?
I mean, we have culture in a sense. It's just a bunch of separate cultures.
yeah, we
You
got
know,
hot
instead
dogs.
of creating, yeah,
I think like the
Shit.
mentality of like
America.
I think the cultural appropriation mentality kind of like poisoned the melting pot ideal. Like, because like, what is the point of a melting pot if we're not supposed to be learning from each other and taking from each other and
Sharing
also
and appreciating,
expressing
yeah.
ourselves in the appreciation of your culture, and you can appreciate your expression of my culture. It's like, is that not what this was supposed to be? Because I mean, if that's not what it was supposed to be, then we have a little bit of a misunderstanding of what this thing has become. Because the thing that it has become is built on that predication of this is supposed to be a melting pot where everybody who feels like the country that they're in that is trying to control their religion or control their autonomy or whatever. I mean, now we kind of do both, but at that point, it was like kind of a safe, quote unquote, safe haven for people to go and live a free life.
yeah, whatever that means.
But now that people have that freedom, they want other people to respect their freedoms whenever those people have their own freedoms. And it's like, it's tough to walk that line.
It's tough now because people are coming from other countries as well. I'm like, this is what I believe. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, this is my shit. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, we should respect each other, but we should be more.
I think openness is probably
That's,
the main thing.
yeah.
I think that's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
it boils down to. Is just like and also my thing is like, why don't like shouldn't you want to share it? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
don't like isn't the whole idea of being proud of something is like it's a good thing, right? So don't you want other people to have that and sharing it? You know what I mean?
I think like if you really were to go back in time, people were more open to sharing them. It's just now,
I think it
like I
depends
said,
on the
identity.
area and time.
And
Well-
now it also feels like people are more willing to be offended for other people instead of
Oh,
actually being
yeah.
offended. You know, it's
Oh,
not like
yeah.
it's not like the thing the cultural appropriation that you're doing is actually being like you're not offending anybody from that culture. Most people are like, "Oh yeah, that shit looks sick."
Mhm.
Like, but it's always some fucking person on a college campus. It's like, it's not cool, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry, am I doing something here?
People who don't really understand anything have any.
I mean,
But
it's okay though, because you just have to take that with the grain of salt of what it is. I mean, if you can understand what it is for what it is, then it doesn't have to be offensive. Like, yes, you could say like, "Who are you to tell me that I'm offending someone?" type shit, but you could also say like, "You don't know what."
And
the
a lot
fuck
of
you're
ti- a
talking
lot of
about,
time it's
so
like
I'm
they
not
say
gonna
it in, like,
respect
in
your
a-
opinion.
an aggressive way. Like some of them are aggressive.
Yeah.
At it. It's like you're just angry. Like
Yeah.
that's all it is. You're just angry and you don't want to see other people happy. you
Fucking
know what I
Tim
mean? Like-
Robinson, he's like, "You don't want to help me, you just want to yell."
Oh yeah, yeah. Nope, you just want to yell. But no, yeah. I think it's a lot of people that are just unhappy with themselves, so they don't like to see other people sharing things around. So they gotta hate on it.
Or I mean, like people taking risks. I mean, because I mean, it is a risk for you to wear a sombrero in fucking 2023 if you're not Mexican for some reason. But
most Mexicans don't give a fuck.
and nobody in the fucking Latino culture gives a fuck. It's like,
They-
oh, is it
Hey!
your birthday?
Yeah, usually if you're drinking with them, they're like, hey,
Yeah.
and they'll take the hoe, and everyone's wearing it before the night's over. No one gives that much of
Someone
a fuck.
pours a beer in that bitch, drinks it out of the hat. Like, I mean, it gets wild, and that's okay. It's supposed to be like wild for that. Like, I don't know. There's these things that I feel like people put their own meaning into. It's like that's not what that's for. This is for a celebration. This is a hat for a celebration. I'm trying to celebrate. You want to celebrate? If you don't want to celebrate, you don't have to. But you can stop hating on my celebration, asshole. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are we doing here?
Why are we making it so much more serious than it really needs to be? If everything's that serious, then it's like we're kind of defeating the purpose.
I'm sorry I didn't fucking pick out a nice suit today, asshole. Like, I was trying to go a different route.
Well, what I was saying is like with America, like with the economy, with how everything is like with immigration, which I do agree that like immigrants shouldn't frown upon, which is weird, but that people do. But do you think like allowing just a flood of people in? And then, like, because right now we're allowing a lot of people. Like, we are trying to stop. Like, Texas is specifically is trying to stop a lot of it. You know what I mean? But like, if we do let people in, we're sending them off to like New York or Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just definitely needs to be at the very least organized.
Yeah, I think
you
the
know what I mean?
complexity of the situation is like the only way to like kind of make the bad parts of it good or eliminate the bad parts is to implement things that are going to be inherently bad towards the entire system. So, I mean, if you think about it, America, the country's built on immigration. Everybody fucking came here, except for obviously the natives. But I mean, basically anybody that has a say-so in anything going on in the fucking immigration conversation, whether it's a lawmaker or a fucking judge or somebody, all of those people are immigrants, whether they're from England or fucking Spain or fucking Africa or any of these people, like they came here type shit. So, but that has come to a point where now this country has so many homeless people, like we have too many people to even feed. I mean,
I do have an issue with the homeless thing because it's honestly so bad in some places, and we're not solving that problem.
We're not solving it at all.
And honestly,
we're just moving people around.
It doesn't even get brought up on TV and stuff like that. The way that immigration does, it's like. It doesn't even get brought up, and it's like, how are we not going to solve that before we start talking about like this problem?
So when you look at that issue in itself, it's like, well, there has to be an extent to the immigration. It's like we can't just keep letting people in because there's got to be a breaking point of like to where more people than not will end up being homeless.
It's just
because of just sheer population.
Because our immigration policies are already shit, right?
Right.
It takes however long to get a citizenship.
Right.
That needs to be more effective. I mean, like we need to like.
You can always just join the military.
Right. We need to make that. Yeah. I mean, they'll take that always.
Oh yeah. That's yep.
Bullshit.
Well, you know, it was actually kind of cool when I saw my brother graduate from boot camp. In the Marines, they had a whole ceremony where they like gave all of the dudes and girls
their
right there. As soon as they graduated from boot camp, they immediately got it, and it was like a whole thing. Like everyone, we were all in an auditorium and watched it happen. It was cool.
Their citizenships.
Okay, because I said AIDS.
Yeah,
No, I didn't hear you say that.
I didn't hear you say that.
So all I was going off of like, they gave it to him right away. I was like, that's. I didn't know what you said.
That's
Wait,
crazy.
was it an injection?
So I needed to know what you said. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, no, it was just really cool to watch. It was like a beautiful thing, honestly. There were, like,
so
parents there crying. Like I think even some of them were crying. You know what I mean? Some of the Marines. Like I mean, you know, it was cool. It was badass.
So the problem, the main thing that makes immigration complex is that there are valid points on both sides. Is that like there has to be an extent of overpopulation, but then like there's also like how can you tell somebody like no? You know what I mean? Like who is the how do you create a true vetting process?
But a lot of other countries are like super strict on it.
I mean, maybe,
like extremely.
I mean,
strict
it's the
on,
same
like,
thing as like what is it at the end of whatever that apocalypse movie is where they're all trying to get to the giant
No, I'm kidding.
the giant
This is
boat
the
and
end?
there's the flood happening.
2012.
I think that was it, and it's like who gets to decide who gets on the boat,
Right.
And like how do you make that decision?
Right.
Like who has more of a right on the boat than anybody else?
But it's just like it's like when it okay. The thing is where I'm at is not really. It's not efficient enough. The vetting process isn't efficient enough, and we're just like let them through, right? Because I guess I don't know who decided that.
Well, there's two schools of thought. There's let them through, and there's build the walls. I mean, it depends on how you see it.
See, I'm not saying like okay. I'm saying like I guess in a sense the build a wall thing would be the point of like don't let anyone in, right? But also do let some people in. You know, like I said, the vetting process should be a little bit more efficient to where we should allow people to be citizens here. I think just letting everyone in with, you know, there already being so many homeless, not already a lot of reason, like everything's already, our economy's in the shitter.
Afford a lot of things.
Yeah, like everything's already high priced. We can't really afford to have more people homeless. And what does that mean when we have more people that are homeless and more people that need resources? You know what I mean?
Wouldn't it be good to
That
have?
only creates more struggle inevitably.
Wouldn't it also be good to have like some sort of like? I mean, I hate the metaphor, but like like a nozzle, right? So like when we're doing well, I mean that should be okay to let more people in, right? Because then they're gonna work and it's gonna be good for it's good for the economy. But when we're not doing well, it might be good to kind of close it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because we need to like heal.
Yeah, because do you not think crime rates are like not saying it's because like it's this is where I think people lose the statistics a little bit. Crime rates more than likely will go up, but it's not because necessarily it's that they're immigrants. It's that you have more people now that we don't have the resources to really accommodate
Yeah, a lot
for.
of people turn to crime whenever they're unhappy and unable to fulfill their needs legally.
That's what it is. Exactly. You have more people that don't really have the resources that they need. And when you have a larger number of those people, then it causes more unsettlement.
And
And
it's
if
just
you-
a coincidence that those
restlessness.
larger number of people happen to be in one spot.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. That's
It's
and
just
so
a
that
coincidence.
It just ends up turning to but it's you know what I mean? Like it's obviously they're setting it up to be that way in a sense.
Well, and I think
But-
another solution would be like, I mean, if you legalize drugs, there'd be a lot less.
Yeah, I mean, if you legalized almost a lot of things that we look at and frown upon. I mean, I get that there's so that's I guess you have to be playing 4D chess in these types of conversations because for everything that you stake a claim on, there is an adverse example of how that claim doesn't really make that much sense. In the same way that not just on the drugs shit, but in the same way that if you were to implement something to make the vetting process more efficient and it was even perfect down to the node, you'd still be letting people in, and that would still cause this probably overpopulation, and that would cause other issues, and that would cause other issues. So then what do you say? Go back to the start and don't let people in? Well, no, there's probably some adjustments that can be made along the way, but theoretically speaking, unless we're also kicking people out, this is there's only so much square footage. I'm not saying it's all being used properly because I know that it's not. But what I am saying is that there are going to, when you bring up crime rates, there are going to be a lot more people just in prisons than anything because it's going to be that situation where someone finds desperosity, commits a crime, and actually lives a better life in the prison than they would have lived on the streets in America somehow, some way. People have built communities in these prisons.
Or they'll go to prison, become a worse person. And
that part too.
You know what I mean?
There's that part too. It's but it's not to say that let people in because you have compassion for those people. That might be the same conversation of whenever a hunter gets some people get pissed off at a hunter for shooting a deer. It's well, you realize that deer would go into those woods and get mauled by a lion, right? I'm not saying that it's any better for me to put a bullet in it, but what I am saying is that situation is not me caring about the deer. Me not shooting the deer is not me caring about the deer. That's not how that works. In the same situation, it's you letting these people in is not you caring about them. That's just you solving a political issue. You know what I mean? It's not they're just automatically taken care of. No,
we're not providing the proper
there's
resources.
zero
for 'em.
resources being provided for them. You're not given a green card. You're not given a job. You have to hope that someone in your family has made it across in the past, established something for you to come to. And if that hasn't happened, then you're based on pure luck. Your day to day is I can try my fucking hardest, but I have no options other than what I can make for myself type shit.
yeah, for sure. Working in restaurants.
Yeah.
You can always work in a restaurant. Anybody can work in a restaurant. Nobody, they don't care.
They don't. The hiring process is real simple.
And you get
You can work 7
no
days
benefits
this week.
ever.
You can work 7 days this week. I need you 7 days this week. Let's go.
Yeah, no joke. Oh, that's the holidays, dude.
Yep, 100%. They provide for their families.
But I don't know. That's why the topic of immigration is so difficult, because if you go back to our roots, then we don't really get a standpoint. If you look at just where we're at now, the standpoint we would like to have as far as human rights goes is kind of idiotic. We couldn't really establish that thing that we're promising. It's more of just a presidential promise. It's yeah, we're going to do that. It's what are you gonna do? You're gonna make shit worse by trying to fucking win a candidacy here. I don't know.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah, dude.
we could wrap it up there. I was curious because that's the one thing that I feel like it's been like.
That one, that topic specifically, like, and not, I mean, it could be any topic, but that one specifically, it's like a really deep hole that you have to really investigate because there's like so many different facets of it.
It's also like the complexity of it becomes more and more complex whenever you look at how we treat different immigration. Like,
Yeah,
like
for
people
sure.
in Canada don't get treated like people in Mexico whenever they're trying to cross the border. You know, it's and that in itself has like its own undertones and shit like that. And you can go into holes about why that is. But I mean, if you want to say it's because of the drugs, I mean, I implore you to look into the drug trade in Canada.
My granddad's from Canada. They immigrated here.
Really?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
The medical, like the health situation in Canada is terrible.
The healthcare. It's
yeah,
like
it's
free
like,
healthcare,
it's
but it's
free, and
horrible,
like,
right?
It's horrible. That's literally they had to move here.
It's
'cause
free, but
people-
you're waiting forever.
Yeah, people had to move here because they needed attention. Like they needed to deal with it immediately, or it was gonna get. It was a cancer situation, so you can't just. You know what I mean?
Still
Like,
shit here.
Yeah,
So 6
it's
months
shit
is
here,
is
but
gonna
like,
work.
I mean, you know, I mean,
I heard there you can pay for premium.
probably.
I mean,
I'm sure there's different things to it. I just know that that was why they came.
I'm sure it's not that shit here if you can pay for premium.
They also like love Texas. A lot of them just
Right.
like love Texas in general.
Like if you're gonna pay for premium, why not just go?
Well, I was hearing. I think it actually was your boy. Like on that early portion of the pod that I was hearing. It was either that pod or the pod I was listening to right before it with Duncan. But basically, a topic of it was how like hospitals have like guidelines set in place to keep patients in the hospital, and like even if the doctors want the patients out, like the hospitals can still find reasonings to keep them in. Because I mean,
Got to keep paying.
You got to keep beds filled.
Got to keep paying. Yeah. No, they make.
Industry.
That's a hole.
Right.
That's another hole. That's another hole.
That's another hole, dude.
Oh, dude.
Gotta find those holes.
Getting
Gonna
hard
fucking
right
take
now.
18 of them, dude.
Just gotta find them. Gotta get in
Hit
there.
the green,
We're
bro.
on
Gotta
to
get
different-
deep in those holes to investigate. To investigate those problems. Find
Investigate
solutions.
the holes. We're wrapping up
You gotta
there though.
interact with
You
the
know,
holes, dude.
we'll jump back into the rabbit holes like Alice
Oh yeah.
did in Wonderland.
I hate you. A lot of times.
Yeah, we're the rabbit, whatever. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. As always, another interesting week. We'll have some guests coming your way. We're supposed to have this guest this week, but you know things happen. But we do have some more coming up in the next couple of weeks. So you kept it on that one for like.
I don't know what's going on over there whenever I'm talking to you.
I don't know
here.
if you
you're
changed it
noticing
at all.
anything that I'm not
Okay,
doing.
I should.
A
Yeah, because I don't know.
clear-cut example of like, hey,
Like you were talking for a long time, and it was just me and Cole, and I was like, "Should I tell him?" I was like, "Yeah,
Yes, you should.
Well,
And you don't even have to interrupt me. You could just be like this. The camera can't catch that, but I can see you. I don't know.
Is what it is. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Until next week, we will catch you soon. Y'all take care.